Guys, good evening. Thanks very much for coming to this webinar on how to crush it online in 2016 and beyond. As you guys know, by the way, I'm your host. My name is Paulo Barroso, and I'm really glad you guys are here tonight because I've got a jam-packed information here to teach you really what's working nowadays in 2016 and beyond traffic-wise. So this webinar, it's all about traffic, and it's all about traffic that really works and converts. Otherwise, I won't be wasting your time for obviously for being here. The guests that I have here tonight are people that have been doing business for the past 3 years. I know them personally. I've broken bread with them. I actually know James Starr extremely, extremely well. We're good friends, good buddies. I trust him with my life. I trust him with my traffic. I've had incredible results with these two gentlemen, business-wise. And this is the reason why they're here tonight. I want to introduce you to this new traffic strategy, which, by the way, as I said on my email and on Facebook, it's not solo ads. So I want to introduce you to something that really, really works, guys. And obviously, James and Bob are going to step in and explain to you what this traffic is and what it can do for your businesses, right? So just a brief history about myself for some of you that obviously don't know who I am. I'm a Portuguese immigrant, basically. I arrived in England when I was 18 years old, spoke no English, was broke. I think I worked in McDonald's for the first year or so after arriving in England because my English was really, really poor. And my spirit of becoming an entrepreneur, that's what drove me to become an internet marketer. You know, I became a printer as well for like 17 years, but it wasn't really my calling in life. I didn't enjoy what I did for a living, to be honest with you. And I wanted a better life for myself and for my family, you know. And being depressed going into work and not making enough money, that kind of, put me into a perspective. What do I want to do with my life? And I decided that being my own boss and being an entrepreneur, that's what I wanted to do with my own life. So fast forward 4 years ago, I've been doing this very, very successfully, and it was all down to really finding a mentor, finding a good product, and finding the right type of traffic. So really, guys, just to compress this down, being successful online, really, it's down to three things. I call them my three pillars of success. One is an offer. You need to find a good offer, high tickets if you can, because it's a lot easier to sell and high tickets. You make more profit that way. Number two, you need traffic. If you find good traffic to send to your offer, it's like a machine to print money. That's what I like to call it. And then number three, guys, and lastly, you need mindset as well. I'm very big on mindset. I'm very big at creating, the mindset, the winner's mindset, I like to call it. When you put those three ingredients together, the offer, the traffic, and the mindset, guys, you will create the life of your dreams. I can assure you that because I've been doing this very successfully now for 4 years. I've generated $1.5 million for the past 3 years that I've been online, and this is totally possible if you guys just, put these three things into place, And tonight, what we're going to talk about we're going to talk about traffic. So I'm not going to talk about mindset. I'm not going to talk about obviously any offers because I'm not here to promote you anything. But traffic, it's one of the things that I'm passionate about. And because I survey my list, I talk to my people, I talk to my team members, and they always ask me, Paulo, what is the best traffic that you have found so far? What is your traffic secret and all that? And I can sincerely say that so far, with all the tests that I've been running this year, guys, James and Bob Beckett, which obviously they're going to be on in a second, are the people that are giving me the best results so far. And not just to me, but to other team members of mine. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to James Starr and Bob Beckett, the marketing geniuses in our arena. When it comes to traffic, guys, I only have about 5 people, 5 brokers that I really, really trust. And Bob Beckett and James Starr are one of them. So without further ado, again, I wouldn't bring them on if I didn't believe they can really help you and provide you with good traffic. I wouldn't be here basically, doing this webinar and introducing them to you guys. So please, it's time now to, really pay attention, take your notepads because they're here to actually educate you on traffic as well, by the way. So without further ado, please let me introduce you to James Starr and Bob Beckett. Guys, you there?
Yeah, we're here, man. I'll start, Bob, and then you can. Can you hear me okay? Yep.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear, man.
Yeah, okay, so let's see. I'll turn this on. All right, cool. So, yeah, first off, Paulo, man, thank you for letting us come on and talk tonight and kind of talk to the people that are in your audience and your sphere. It means a lot to us. And so we have some cool things we want to do tonight. We don't just want to, we really want to give you guys some amazing value. So, real fast, I think what I want to do first is I'm going to go over a little bit about what we're going to talk about tonight. Okay. So, tonight, what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk to you about the easiest and fastest way to build a full-time income online with your business opportunity. We're going to talk about the state of the traffic industry right now and why there's a massive opportunity. Okay, we're going to talk about why and how the good old days are back. Guys, it used to be like in 2010 to 2000-ish, like 13-ish, I guess. Man, you could like buy solo ads and you could, it was very easy to profit. That's when I kind of started. And I went from zero working at a tire factory to quitting my job. And I mean, just kept scaling and scaling and scaling. Last year and this year, it's just gotten a lot harder. Things have changed a lot. So we're going to talk about that tonight and why everything is like literally.
Hey, James, you're muted. So fast, rewind like I don't know, just go like for like 20 seconds. You're just muted.
Unmuted.
Just
Why
released
did you say
probably the
anything, man?
best information you ever hear in your life in those 20 seconds, and it's all gone.
That was the biggest secret I gave out the whole
Ever.
for the whole night. All right, guys. So yeah, why didn't you say anything, man? I couldn't hear you.
I was muted too. I'm like,
Jeez. Okay. So we're gonna start that over. All right. So I'm gonna go. I'll just go right into the intro, and then tonight we're gonna talk about a few different things, real fast. I kind of showed you some of the intro. You probably were able to read it, but yeah, everyone's saying no audio. Okay. So I'm gonna go over my intro real fast, kind of my quick story. I'll hand it over to Bob, and then we'll get into content. We want to share some cool content with you guys tonight on how you can literally start crushing it with paid traffic, guys. There's information that we're going to share tonight that you could literally not buy anything. You can take this information, you can go away and you can start implementing it right away to get results in your business. Okay. So if you can see my screen, this is obviously myself here, and then my family, my wife Tina, my daughter Eden. We live in right outside of Pensacola, Florida. We're like 100 yards from the beach, so we love it here. It's beautiful here and all that kind of stuff. So, kind of my story is about 10 years ago. I got started online. I was in college. I was in Bible school. I had a dream and a desire to travel the world and preach the gospel, do missions, and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't want to go work for a church. I didn't have a thing where I wanted to go work for someone else. I had the entrepreneurial bug. Like I wanted to make my own money. I wanted to make a lot of money. I wanted to change my life financially. And so I got introduced to the home-based business industry, and it changed my life. But to be honest, I really struggled for the first 6.5 years. I made a little bit of money early on, and it really opened my eyes to the potential possibility of what you could do on the internet. I had a few days, like when I started out in college, I was waiting tables at Olive Garden, like getting people refills on soup and salad. Like that's what I did. I was making like $1,500 a month, and I got into a home-based business, and I think I had a day where I made like $1,500 in a day. And I was like, oh my gosh, like it jacked me up. I was like, this is crazy. I didn't even know this was possible, right? And so I got really hooked to the possibility of making money online. So I stuck with it, but over those first 6.5 years, I really just kind of struggled. I made a little bit of money here and there, but I got stuck. And I remember I had moved to North Carolina. This was probably 8 years ago or so. I moved to North Carolina and I wasn't making any money online. I was in debt, just struggling. And so I went to work at a tire factory at Bridgestone. My dad had worked there, and it wasn't like the store where you sell tires. It was literally like the factory where you make them. So, like in the summertime, it would be 100 degrees outside, and there was no air conditioning in the factory. There was no windows, no like outside light you could even see. I worked a rotating shift, so I would work 7 days in a row during the day, and then the next week I would work like midnight to 8 in the morning. I worked a lot of 12-hour days and just hated my job. So it was during that point there, I was actually there for about 5 years, but there was a point there where I realized that I wanted to change. And so I ran into a mentor a couple years ago. Right now, this is about probably 3.5 years ago. I ran into a mentor that started teaching me about list building and about driving traffic. And that was the thing that literally changed my entire life. I went from I remember the time when I started learning about traffic, Paulo. You probably appreciate this. And I didn't have the money to go and buy traffic, but I started learning like the real stuff about traffic, like not like the stuff that all the biz ops teach you, like just go do this, but like I had someone that was literally built lists for a living teach me what to do, and I was like, I know this works, but I didn't have the money for it. So I'm not telling anyone to do this. I actually don't recommend anyone does this. It's just what I did in my personal life at that time. I walked into Bridgestone. I went to the payroll office one day after work, and I told the lady, I said, hey, I want to file exempt on my taxes for like 4 months. Okay, so they would take like $500 or $600 out of my paycheck or whatever automatically to pay taxes. I said, hey, I want to stop doing that for about 4 months, and I'll just pay it back later. And she kind of looked at me funny, but I did that. But I took that $500 or $600 and I started investing in traffic. And that literally, from that point, from that first paycheck that I was able to take that extra $500 or $600 and do that, I went from zero to over $5,000 a month within about 90 days online, and then just kept scaling and scaling and scaling. Now we're having months where we're doing close to $100,000 in sales. It's just absolutely, my life is completely different than it used to be. I was able to quit my job a couple of years ago. My wife was able to quit her job. She worked at a bank. And now we get to stay home. We get to raise our child. We get to travel the world. I go on trips 3 or 4 times a year internationally. I get to do mission trips and the stuff that I love. But a couple years, probably about 2 years ago, I ran into Bob Beckett. I was actually doing about 18, 19, 17-ish $1,000 a month in sales. And I wanted just to go to the next level. So I loved my life. Everything was great, but I wanted to go to the next level. And I ran into Bob Beckett. I knew Bob as someone that had just built ginormous email lists. I think he's built lists like over 7 million people. And so I ran into him, got into some coaching with him, actually paid him for it back then. And ever since, we built a relationship. We ended up forming a company together. We co-founded a company called the Digital Affiliates. And it's just been amazing. So traffic and conversions is kind of where we live. It's what we do. It's what we love to do. And so that's kind of my background, and I'll just hand it over to you, Bob.
Man, I don't even know where to start. So I'm totally unrelatable to a lot of people, actually, because first of all, just put it this way. As soon as he told me that story about tax exempt and getting extra money and all that, I'm like, what the heck what does that mean, right? Because I didn't really ever have a job. Okay, so I didn't even know like you could do that. I didn't even know what it meant or anything like that. Can you guys hear me all right? Just want to make sure, because like all the videos disappeared and now I'm right here.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sure. Okay, good.
Yeah, you're good.
So I was really fascinated with technology and stuff when I was really young. I was like 10, 11, well, pretty much my whole life. Grew up in that era. A lot of you guys can probably relate. I'm 33 years old right now. So, I was just messing around when I was like 10, 11, 12. Don't worry, I didn't have any problems getting girls or anything like that. Still played sports. But when it got late and my parents went to sleep, I was online learning how to like program and do all this crazy stuff. Fast forward, I'm 14 years old. It was the first time I've ever seen anything about making money online. I mean, like, what? That can't be real. And it was like this little banner in the right-hand side, and I'm like, well, let me try it out. Before you knew it, I was making over $4,000 a month as a 14-year-old kid, okay? So right when I was thinking about, like, what kind of job do I want to get and where do I want to head in my life, like, this popped up. I started making all this money. Didn't know what to do with that money, obviously. So I'm like going out. I'm buying shoes for my friends. I mean, really, there was nothing to do at that age, making $4,000 a month. You just shouldn't be making that at that, whatever. So fast forward, 16, 17, 18. I became a power seller on eBay. I was doing upwards $8,000 to $10,000 a week profit. Started a local company where I was selling used DirecTV satellite equipment and stuff like that. Fast forward to age 20, I got into I was 19 or 20 years old, got in my first network marketing company where it was like face-to-face. So I go from like internet marketing to face-to-face, but I still had confidence because I've made so much money at that point. So I had a lot of confidence in getting in front of people and stuff, so I started doing meetings and traveling and doing all this stuff, and I was almost a regional vice president in a company called ACN, like way back in the day when I was 20. Fast forward, and then let me slow down a little bit. Okay, so now that company they're sending me all over the country. I was having my first kid, and I had my fiance at the time, and I'm sitting on a beach in San Diego at a leadership conference where I was speaking and stuff, and I'm sitting there on the beach, and I'm like, man, this is so beautiful. I'm traveling so much, but like my family's not with me. This is stupid, right? So I decided, you know what, I'm going to do this on the internet. I could do this on the internet. There's got to be a way to do this on the internet. So keep in mind, this was 11, 12 years ago at this time. And come home, found this nutritional company online, blew that up as the youngest international director in that company, and that's basically $20,000 a month residual with that company. But then a phenomenon started to occur on the internet where they were having all these new network marketing launches, and they would have those leaderboards. A lot of you guys might remember that. Let me know if you remember those days. I don't know how long you guys have been doing this stuff, but there would be like a new launch, new MLM, new MLM, and there was always like this group of like 5-10 people that would have literally 1,000 to 3,000 new people in each launch within 3 to 5 days. And I'm like, what is going on? You know what I mean? Because I'm sitting here working my face off and trying to figure out like how the heck can I even get like 10 people a week, because that's good, right? If you're doing 10, 20 people a week yourself, personally sponsoring, not including like building your teams out. I've built teams in 20, 30, 40, 50,000 range many times. But if you're pulling in, this is before Facebook, before MySpace, all that stuff. So there's no like really social anything. It was just like your actual face to another person's face, right? So it was real social. But obviously you had to work a lot slower at that pace. So I'm working at getting 10, 20 a week, thinking I was the man, and then you got these other people over here like pulling in 1,000, 5,000. I've seen as high as 10,000 people into a new company in a week. And okay. So me, the kind of person I am, I get obsessed with knowledge and learning, and I'm always the kind of guy, if this person can do it, I can do it, obviously, right? So for a year straight, I'm watching everything these guys on these leaderboards are doing, and I made it a goal to become friends with one of the top earners. Like that was my goal. So anything this person put out, I would start marketing their products, their own training, stuff like that, trying to become their best friend. And I became this person's top affiliate, right? And it wasn't from list building or anything like that. I didn't even know what list building was. I didn't know what subscriber base, nothing was, right, at this point. So finally I get in with them. They tell me, oh, I'm just building my list, right? A year straight, like staying up countless hours every single day, all night, every day. What are they doing? What are they doing? How are they getting that many people? Like, do they have an infomercial? Like what? Like we had no idea. Were they doing mail order? Like, what? Were they sending postcards? What were they doing? And sure enough, 9 times 10, all of them were doing. GetResponse still has this, and I wouldn't recommend doing this now, but where you could buy leads in packages, and like they were just literally just buying bulk leads, and like GetResponse co-registration. They would start filling up their subscriber list and GetResponse with these bulk leads, and then launch the product. It was simple as that. I mean, that was it, right? So once I figured that out, I'm like, oh man, so all I got to do is invest in traffic and invest in these leads and start building a list and then mailing them daily. And at that time, that was when I think YouTube wasn't even out yet. That was like 2006. But like getting in front of people, like you can look me up on like Wayback Machine. I mean, nobody knew what they were doing back then, like branding wise and all that kind of stuff. I had like I saw one of my headers of my blogs. I had like a tie on. I'm like, like look it up like this, and like, nobody knew how to brand or do anything on the internet at that time. But people were following, people were buying. So I didn't know how to sell on a list at this period. I remember when I finally first started selling, because I was just branding myself. I'm like, hey, look at this cool marketing technique. Look at this cool marketing technique. I went to Atlantic Beach, and this is when ClickBank started getting really popular. And a lot of you guys might know what ClickBank is: digital marketplace, sell a bunch of digital products, that kind of stuff. My friend just went through a breakup, so I'm like, bro, I'm making all this money. Let's go to Atlantic Beach, whatever. He's like my best friend, and we just go out, hang out there for like a month. And then the first day we get there, I'm like, man, there's this ClickBank thing. what if I sent my 3,600 subscribers an email to this product? And I remember it was an eBay marketing course, like how to make $1 million with eBay or something, right? You know how those goes. And I sent out an email, put out my link, and I'm like, hey, check this out. It's pretty cool, you know. That's all I said in the email. I sent it out. We went out on the beach and went and have fun. Came back about 3-4 hours later, made about, I think it was about $1,800, okay? $1,800, okay, from one email, and I had no idea what I was doing at that point, okay? So we were both freaking out. He was screaming like a little girl, I remember that. I was like, dude, oh my gosh, what's going on? This is crazy. That, you know, because, you know, and the infomercials are like, make money while you sleep, make money while you're on the beach, all that kind of stuff. Now you hear it every day on the internet. But like back then, it was kind of like, yeah, right, that's not real, is it? So that really happened. So, of course, he's like, send again. So I sent again. I think by the end of the trip, I made like $3,600 or over $4,000 or something like that. And to make a long story short, I got even more obsessed with list building. I'm like, so all I got to do is keep building a bigger audience and then send them more relevant content, and then that's it, you know? And just start doing it over and over again. Before you know it, got huge into traffic generation, all this stuff, built lists into the millions. One of my lists were 7 million. I built many lists of 50,000, 100,000, 300,000, 7 million here, right? You know, like just in different markets, different niches, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, accidentally started when I was 14. Huge blessing. I have 4 kids and a wife. You know, it's the best accident that ever happened to me so far in my life was finding the internet and making money online, and then list building. And now here I am today. I'm with James Starr and Paulo. Thank you guys for having both of us. Well, not you guys, but Paulo for having both of us. But I'm just pumped to start sharing with you guys. So you can even see my screen, can't you? This is my wife. I better just share it really quick. This is my wife. This is my daughter, Haley. This is my wife, Kayla. That's my son, Aiden. Abriana. She's the ornery one, if you could tell. Mischievous, I guess you'd say. But she's a really good girl. And then here's my Bobby Jr. right here. So that's my family, okay? But now I think we should do a poll or something, see who's all engaging, see who's all attentive.
Yeah,
what do you think?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so tell me if you can see this. If you guys can see it, I'll launch it up. All right, first thing we want to know is, are you guys actively building an email list? And Paulo, I know that you teach this a lot, right? You teach a lot about list building.
Yeah, man, this is what I do. I'm a list builder.
Yeah.
So list building is what absolutely changed my business, because I remember this years ago I used to start a list and then never finish it. I used to give up, and it wasn't until I really learned from my mentor to start building a list that my business really took off. And that's my success today, is due to I have a list. You know, everyone on this call really should be building a list, period.
Yeah.
So that was a paradigm shift for me in my business life, was creating and building my list. And that's what I still am today. Although I call myself whatever, an affiliate marketer, whatever, I'm really down. I'm a list builder. So yeah, everybody should be building their list right now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Guys, let's get 80% attention. Let's do it. I want to see how many people are active with us. This is basically killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I want to see how many people are really here with us, and I want to see the answers to these questions, just so we know how to help you guys the best. Okay, so are you actively building an email list right now? Yes or no? Awesome, awesome. 76% active, 77. Let's get it to 80, and then we will continue. 82. All right, cool. Cool. 82% of you guys. You guys are rock stars. All right. So what are the results, James?
Yeah, so I see that 72% of the people said yes, they're actively building a list. 30% said no. Okay. All right, awesome. So let's do another one real quick. All right, I'm gonna close this one out. Let's do this one. Actually, wait a second. I think that's the same one. Okay. So let's do this one. What kind of advertising are you currently spending money on? All right. Facebook ads, solo ads, Google AdWords, or YouTube PPC, or I'm not doing paid traffic.
What kind of advertising are you currently spending money on?
Hey, Paulo, just curious, is there any other like big advertising method that you think people might be doing that's maybe not on this list, like in the business opportunity space that we're kind of in?
No, you've got everything covered there, man. You've got Google, AdWords, YouTube, solo ads, Facebook ads. I would go for banner advertising as well, but apart from banner advertising, I think you've got everything covered there.
Yeah. Those are the main ones. There's a lot of different things you can do, PPV and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so if we can get everyone to vote, that'd be awesome. All right, so 65% of the people voted. All right, it was showing 26% of the people are spending money on Facebook ads, 36% on solo ads, 3% with Google AdWords or YouTube PPC. We'll actually talk about that. We have videos that actually crushed it on YouTube PPC. The problem is they're strict as heck, man. It's very hard to get ads up in this space with Google AdWords. But if you can, you can do really well. Or I'm not doing, and then 36%, I'm not doing paid traffic. Okay, cool. Well, man, let's just get into it, man. Let's get into some content. And the way we work, guys, we really just want to, we don't just want to come here and like spew out all the stuff that we know and stuff like that. We want to give you guys good things, but we want you guys to engage with us and talk with us, ask questions, and let us know if this stuff is really helping you. So I know Sharon said, just getting started, and before I wasted any money, I want to get all the training I can, so I have a good ROI. Yeah, that's good, Sharon. At the same time, you know, you can earn while you learn. You can make money while you're learning this stuff too. But we'll try to help you out the best we can tonight. All right, cool. So I think you know, we kind of have some bullet points we were going to talk about tonight, but I think one of the cool things that we could do maybe starting out is just talk a little bit about the importance of list building and why that's so important, and maybe a little bit of the how. Like, how does that work out? You know, why do people talk so much about list building? So, Bob, do you have any thoughts about that you want to start out on, man? Like, why people should think about building a list as an asset?
Well, by far, I mean, it is absolutely the best asset that I've ever built in my life. It's more valuable pretty much than any other thing that I've ever invested in. I mean, because you could just literally, you're not dependent on Facebook, a Facebook ad to convert. You're not dependent on all these different other methods. It's literally based off how well you do, right? So if you could build a big list and they actually like you, even if they don't like you, I've built big lists of people that didn't like me or didn't even know me, just using pen names, just be completely transparent. Shoot out an email, and you're done for the day, right? I mean, once you get it enough. I mean, there was days where I'd send 20, 30,000 clicks to an offer, and I would be upset if I didn't sell 200, 300, 400 things, right? Where on average would be $10,000 a day, and that was just from writing a quick 3-minute email. So the power of building a list is absolutely amazing. Now, I will say disclaimer, got to put a disclaimer there, right? You got to put a lot of work into it. I mean, you got to build that list. You got to keep sending. You got to mail every day. Now, a lot of people have different methods to the madness, but what I found best works for me is just mailing in the morning and mailing at night. You know, sometimes if it's a branded type of list, I'll mail like a content piece, but I'm always selling something. Okay, I'm always selling something. And before I get into training, which I really want to start, like just going nuts right now. But like, if you're not selling something, someone else is. Okay? You got to keep that in mind. And if you're not in their inbox, someone else is. Just keep that in mind. So as you're building your list, don't be like, oh, I'm emailing them too much. Okay? My theory is, if they don't want to be on your list because you're making a lot of money, you know, because obviously you're doing this for money, right? You want to keep sending and selling. Okay, you could do it with content at the same time, but you always want to be the guy selling, right? So if they don't like that, they can leave. And what really happens is the ones that you do want to stay on your list get even closer. They kind of draw closer to you, right? So the ones that don't like that you're emailing, they just leave, right? So I have a sign on my wall that says "Get new leads every day to keep the bills paid," and it's easy to forget. Okay, it really is. Like you get, and I'm sure Paulo and James, same situation happened to you many times. Like, why is my business kind of like staying the same or slowing down? Well, maybe it's because you haven't been building your list enough, right? And the same kind of thing happens to me over and over again. I'll be like, what's going on? Why did I only make $1,000 a day? And it's like, oh man, I haven't added any new blood on my list. You know, so it's like you just got to keep building your list, and we'll go into different types of lists you can build too, because you could build a really awful list that doesn't buy anything, right? Not all lists are created equal. You could build a list if you're building it from the wrong traffic source and you're not mailing them the right way. You could just do it all for nothing, right? And being in the industry where we're selling traffic and doing all this stuff, we see a lot of people that are jaded because they're just doing it to build a list, hoping that one day that big list that they built, that they invested in, will pay off. Well, the sad truth is that used to be that way. Like pretty much all traffic. I used to even make traffic exchanges, for those that know what that is. I used to even make a lot of money from traffic exchanges back in the day. Those don't work no more. I mean, you can get lucky and get a sale here and there, but if you want like job quitting income to even like ridiculous income, you have to build lists from the right sources, right? So anything you got on that?
Yeah, I just want to kind of say this. You know, here's what I want to say. Like when I started out list building, the hardest part, and it really wasn't even that difficult if you have the right knowledge. Here's what I want to say to you guys is that I want to really encourage you that you don't need to know a lot of information to make money online, okay? You just don't. There's so much information on the internet. Sometimes it feels like it's getting harder and harder because there's just so much more content being put out on the internet every single day. And it's almost like the internet is, I'm going to turn on my video. It's almost like the internet is just getting like more and more fragmented, right? Because there's just stuff everywhere. There's new products launching every day. But the reality is that if you can get the right information put together in the right order, like the right specific pieces of information, like literally, I spent 6.5 years. I made commissions like here and there, like a handful, like never over a couple $100 a month, right? On average over those 6.5 years. And the reality is that when I finally ran into someone that knew what they were doing, and I was able to get on a call with them for an hour, like within that hour, I had the business model that took me from zero to over $5,000 a month within an hour. Because once I knew all the lingo and the terminology, it was simply a matter of putting all of the stuff in the right order, and that was it. Like exactly like Paulo said, you have an offer, you have the right traffic, and those two things, then the right mindset. Man, that is enough to change your life. And so, what I want to say about list building, I want to kind of ground this out a little bit and make it practical for you, because I want you to see this. All right. So you start building your list, and for me as a list builder, and especially as someone that's in affiliate marketing and the we sell traffic and all that kind of stuff, a lot of what Bob and I look at on a daily basis is something called EPC, which is earnings per click. Okay, so that means if we have 10,000 people on our email list, which it might sound like a lot, but it's not hard to do. Okay, let's say we have 10,000 people on our email list and we send out an email, and let's say that out of those 10,000 that 500 people open the email and click the link and they go visit whatever offer we're sending them to. There are a lot of offers on the internet right now that you can get paid over 75 cents or $1 in many cases every time somebody clicks your link. So I want you to understand that. That's why we talk about list building as an asset. Because if you can keep building your list and keep building your list, and maybe you're starting out small and you just build your first 500 subscribers, but now you can send an email out and you know what? You might get 20 clicks. You might get, 20 or 40 people that open that email and click the link, all right? But then next month, hey, now you're at 1,000 subscribers. Now you're getting 50, 60, 70 clicks a day, right? The next month, now you're at 4,000 subscribers. Now you're getting, 150, 200 clicks a day. Let's say you're averaging $1 EPC, or $1 for every click you send out, which is pretty average with us. Conservatively, you should be able to do 75 cents like pretty much every day, no matter what. Over a 30-day swing, that's what you should average at least. Okay, let's say it was $1 a click. Now you're sending out 200 clicks a day. Okay, over 30 days, 6,000 clicks a month, and you're making $1 a click. Now you're making $6,000 a month just by sending emails. I want you to understand that. Like literally, I remember the day that I was really struggling in this space, and it was when I was at the tire factory, and I remember when my wife came up to me one day and she was like, James, She's like, you gotta stop. She's like, you need to take a break. And I was like, she wasn't talking about like a 20-minute break. She was like, you need to stop. And because I was spending so much money, I wasn't making any money. So literally, I walked away. I shut down everything. I canceled my autoresponder accounts. I canceled every subscription I had, and I walked away. And I just worked my job for 8 months, focused on my family. Well, I decided to come back online, but I had a plan, and that plan, I remember writing down on paper. My vision for my business was, I said, within a year's time, I want to be able to have my entire business model revolve around waking up in the morning, sending out an email to my list, and making a full-time income. And within a year, that's exactly what I was doing. And so now we do a lot of different types of things, but it revolves around the center of everything that we do is around building a list. And you really only need two things to make money online. You need to have an audience to speak to, okay, which is building a list, right? You need to have people to talk to. You need to have people that when you put out a video, there's an audience there to watch it. And the second thing that you need is you need to have influence with that audience, right? That's something that Paulo has built very well. He's got an audience that when he comes out with a video or he does a webinar, man, there's hundreds of people that are going there to watch it. That is powerful. I mean, think about it, man. Think about if we said, hey, next week we're going to set you up, we're going to put you in an auditorium, and we're going to put 300 people in that room, and we're going to let you say whatever you want to say to those people. You can sell something, you can make money, you can promote a nonprofit, you can do whatever you want. Like, people would freak out about that, but essentially that's what you have the ability to do on the internet. Is that, like, we have days, man, we make a video, we send it out, 30 minutes, an hour, there's 500 people watching the video. And it still boggles my mind. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of people that are watching you, watching what you put out. Maybe not necessarily watching you, but going to your offer, visiting your website. And so I want you to think about it in that sense, that this really can be an asset. Like, it can be an asset that changes your life. And so we were in a company one time, Bob, and this was a long time ago, that we were doing well in. And I think it was really during the point when I was starting to kind of break out, like really have, like, go from, making $5,000 a month to like $10,000, $15,000 a month. And we were in this company. In my first 30 days in the company, I did over $11,000 in commissions, like not sales. That was my commissions. Okay. I did over $11,000 in commissions, and I was like freaking out. Bob was with me. I was working actually underneath Bob. It was in a biz op. And
it's always good to have somebody like James under you.
And so, at that point, I was like, man, this is amazing. I'm freaking out. I was like, dude, I remember telling Bob, bro, by month 3, I'm going to be making like 30, 40,000 a month at this pace. Right. Well, Ended up, I think at the end of that second month, the company had some problems. Wasn't anything crazy, but they had some merchanting issues, a lot of little tech problems. They ended up kind of just going out of business. Right. And so, man, I lost that. Like, a lot of that money was recurring residual income, and I lost it overnight, right? But the thing that kept me in the game and that kept me from having to go back and get a job was I had my list. I had a list, and I could give content to those people so they could trust me, and then I could sell them things that would really help and enrich their life, and that's what kept me in the game. And so I want to get that over to you guys, how important this can be, for what you want to do in business or in life. And so list building nowadays can be bigger than just emails. It can be building an audience on Facebook, a subscriber list on YouTube. I mean, it's just the concept of building an audience. So,
man, I just got lost in your story, dude. That was good. See, the reason I like working with him is I'm kind of like off the wall. Like, you never know what I'm going to do. Like, if you watch me in the future, like, I might be dancing, I might be doing something crazy. Who knows what I'm going to do, right? And then him, he can, like, he's really good at, like, slowing it down and, like, really explaining, like, every detail. And I'm like, that's a good way to look at that, So now I have nothing to say. You just kind of really just nailed it all, honestly.
Well, let's do this. I want to show you guys something. So Bob and I are always testing stuff, okay? Like, I don't even know how many accounts we have at different affiliate networks and CPA networks and all that kind of stuff. So there's one network, ClickSure. We don't actually promote a lot of stuff here, but sometimes we'll siphon traffic off to different offers. So I just want to show you, like, proof, okay? I did this right before we came on. I siphoned off a little bit of our traffic from our list. Like, I mean, literally, like, a very small percentage of our traffic. We didn't even, like, promote this directly. I was just like bloop, let's send a little bit of traffic here, okay? And we made like $250 there. That was like just in the last couple of hours. A lot of these offers are delayed on commission, so it'll take a while for it to show up, okay? And so I just want to go into like the analytics, and I just want to show you this, okay? So this was today. This offer, we just sent a little bit of traffic here, is at a 94-cent EPC, which means earnings per click. So I just wanted to show you the reality, like literally you could send traffic to offers and make close to $1 for every click that you send there. All right, once this updates, it's probably going to be higher than $1. A lot of these offers are consistently over $1 EPC. That's the kind of stuff that you can do when you build a list. So I just wanted to show you proof of that. So because I talked about the concept, I wanted you to see it like how it's real. Okay.
Can you zoom in a little bit for everybody? It's kind of tiny.
Yeah.
Just so they can see. Yeah, I mean, this is the reality. I mean, we sell a lot of our own products and our own training, and the way we test our traffic to make sure the quality is good for our people is what he just said. We siphon off some, and then we test to make sure it's good, and then we send the rest out. You know, so it's like we make sure they're actual buyers and all that kind of stuff. So we'll test on different networks, different places, and I'm a firm believer in testing on multiple different areas. So you're not keeping all your eggs in one basket. People are still people. They, there's people that still owe me like $10,000 from like 5 years ago. So it's like, we like to get income everywhere. So that whole multiple income stream thing comes from basically owning lists. Okay, pretty much everybody I know that has real good traffic is, and has multiple income streams. We have so many streams now, probably 30, 40 different streams coming in at all times, and that's all from one main list. I mean, we have multiple, it's all one main area. It's our list. So everything comes back to that, just like James was saying earlier, where, he lost his whole business and he was like, oh no, what am I going to do? And I remember talking to him, I'm like, bro, you got all these freaking people that love you. This is easy. And after that, I think that's right when we launched, is that when we launched Six Figure Ignition?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we're like, hey, let's launch a $200 a month coaching program to your people and my people. And before you know it, I think we had 300-400 people in that, and we were training and coaching, and that adds up. I mean, what is that? I don't even know, but it's like, it was a lot of money. It was good. It was good money. So like it went from like, oh no, like what's gonna happen to like, oh, we're fine. We're good. So when you have a list, and as long as you treat them right, and you become a leader, I mean, you're gonna be fine. So the same thing with Paulo. I'm gonna throw you under, not throw you under the bus. I'm gonna put you on the spot. That would have been the opposite. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Same thing with you. You said at the beginning, like you came on here, didn't really know what you're doing, just like all of us, right? Before you know it, the reason I even know you was because of Empower, right? Back in the day, I mean, you're just like, boom, skyrocket on the freaking leaderboard. Where does that come from? That was from traffic, right? I mean, yeah, it was, you're building a list.
Providing me, because you were providing me that kind of traffic. So this is why I'm really pumped for you guys to be here and actually talking to my people, because I used you as a source of traffic to really get me on the leaderboards in Empower Network. So yeah.
Yeah, so, and this is my point behind that, okay? So everybody on here looks up to Paulo because he is a great leader. I'm not discrediting him by any means. He was a smart guy that found good traffic sources, skyrocketed on the leaderboard, which obviously gets him seen more. And I think, he spoke on stage and stuff. Do you think he would have been speaking on stage if he didn't buy the traffic? I don't know. Maybe he would have, but I'm just saying he got the right traffic, blew him up. Everybody's looking at him as a leader, which he was. But it gets you seen. So that was all because of the list. I mean, it all just happened. You're here right now because of his list. I mean, it's everything revolves around that. I mean, even Fortune 500 companies and all that, they look at all their subscribers. I mean, think about like HBO when they give their like 3 free months. Why do you think they're doing that? They're trying to find people that will raise their hand like, yeah, I want 3 free months, and then they get them hooked. And now they're building this huge subscriber list of people that are like, hey, they shoot out an email. Oh, you didn't want to buy this time? How would we give it to you for half off for the next 6 months? I mean, every Fortune 500 company, every single giant company to small company, all relies on their list because just buying traffic, it will end. And I was talking about like the mall scenario. Who was I talking that with you, James? We still have these times where we're like, this is nuts what we do. This is crazy what we do still to this day after me 19 years of this. It's just freaking weird, you know, because we were testing like EPCs and like making like watching like what would happen if I change this, because we love split testing and all this. I'm not trying to go over your guys' heads or anything, but like one little tweak and all of a sudden like EPCs jump, like we make an extra 50 cents every single click. It's like, like what? And then we were talking about the mall scenario. Like my most popular mall by me in Ohio, I'm in Florida right now, but you know, they're really packed all the time. But like there's that one store in that mall, right? And they're very lucky. They might get 5,000 people to walk past their store every day, but how many people actually go into that store, right? We have lists where we could sit, you know, half the time I just, you know, throw on a shirt, type out a quick email. Oh, that's a cool software, you know. Type out a quick email, shoot it out, go spend time with my wife and kids, and then I made money. I made, you know, most of the time made more money than I would have in a year at a job sometimes. It's not a year. That's exaggerated. Like in a couple weeks, you know, from mailing would be more than a whole year at a freaking regular job. Now, if you're doing like a product launch, that's what I was kind of saying. If you do like a product launch, you can do that in a day. But, you know, that's a whole different story. But yeah, it's just funny. It's just crazy, guys. So who's excited about building a list? Like if you're building a list right now, and you're having some success, obviously, you know, you're here for a reason. Who's excited about like really building your list like it was 2009, 2010? And if you don't know what that means, 2009, 2010, I was mailing billions of people. I mean, I was doing some kind of black hat stuff even. I'll just be honest with you. And it was back like you could just get in anybody's inbox, and it was just crazy. Fast forward to now. You can't really do that, right? You have to really send good traffic to
and we don't do that.
Page.
No.
What? Yeah.
I was saying. Yeah.
Why don't we go into like traffic quality and all that stuff? So awesome, very excited. Me, I'm so ready, baby.
So here's the deal. We want to answer your questions, and so we are. So we're gonna have a time where you can just ask us any questions you want. One of the things I think that we will hit later after we do this is some of you guys have been building a list, but the problem you're running into is that you're spending this money on traffic and you're not making money back, okay? So we're going to address that because that's a legitimate problem. We want to talk about how you can monetize your list and how there's some simple things you can do to start getting a lot of your ad spend back very quickly. Bob has a training on self-liquidating funnels. We'll share the concept with you, and it's amazing if you start to implement it, okay? So yeah, let's go into, and I want to answer this one question real quick. Someone asked, where can we get those, where can we find those types of offers that pay you $1 per click? All we're talking about is that there's a lot of offers in ClickBank or Cash Network or these different CPA networks, and they might pay you like that one you saw, I got a sale, it was $250. CPA stands for cost per action. But a lot of these offers, owners will pay you like $250 if the person spends like $100, okay? So it almost doesn't make sense because the offer owner will actually lose $150 on the front, but they'll make their money back on the back end, okay? So there's offers you can promote like that if you make a sale, they'll give you a pretty big payout. There's some that the transaction, like the sale is only $37, but they'll pay you out $60, okay? For getting them a buyer. They're losing money on the front, but they'll make it back on the end. And I know Bob knows a lot about that on both sides, being a product owner and as an affiliate. So there's just different networks you can go to. You can go to ClickSure, Cash Network, Max Bounty. You have your own business opportunity you're in, obviously. There's lots
of... Go to odigger.com. odigger.com. You can just type whatever niche you want, and it'll pull up like hundreds of different networks and different offers that you can market different products with. So
yeah, that's
I go there and I'll research. Yeah, it's great.
All right, cool. So we just put that.
Where do we want to get first?
So let's talk about the state of the traffic industry. I kind of where everything's at, like Facebook ads, YouTube, like the main ones, solo ads, and kind of the pros and cons of each of those.
This is my favorite conversation. Oh my gosh. This is probably where I'm gonna freak out and like throw something against the wall. But no, for real, yeah, let's talk about that. So a lot of you guys, you buy traffic. I think it was like 72% of you guys. It's ODigger, not old. Odigger. ODIGGER.com.
It's in the
Sorry,
chat. You should be able to see it in the chat. If you click the arrow next to the chat on the right, it should pop up. You'll see it.
No problem. Yeah, I'm so ADD. I saw that question. I'm like, okay. So anyways, yeah, state of the traffic. So a lot of you guys, I think it was like 73, 74, 75% of you guys are buying traffic right now. Okay. You guys really want to make it work, right? So the thing is all the gurus out there that are telling you, oh, buy this Facebook course, do this YouTube traffic, do this Bing traffic, and you can make money with all of those. But scaling them, and I'll get into solos in a second. We won't talk about that yet. But like YouTube, for instance, very hard for the business opportunity world. Now you can do bridge marketing where you have a middle and you're talking directly at an audience, and then you at the very end you're like, hey, yeah, check out my offer right here. But 9 times out of 10 they hate it, and if you are getting away with it now, they'll either ban your account or give you a warning. Facebook. How many of you have lost a Facebook account already? I mean, I don't know how many I've lost already, me, but and then you have to figure out a way to get back on it, and it's like so Facebook, they hate business opportunity. They hate even if you even use the word money, you're like, scammer. They're like running around. It doesn't matter. They're gonna get rid of you. They hate you. And the funny thing is we got them there. It's just like the ClickBank days for the business opportunity world. Now, again, not all of you will know this, but when we were launching on ClickBank, we were doing $40,000, $50,000 a day launches. I mean, it was crazy. We got ClickBank to where it was. The internet marketers in the business opportunity space, we got ClickBank to where it was. Now they're a huge company. Same thing with Aweber, GetResponse, all these companies. We got them to where they are. We were the marketers that blew up their business, and then now even Aweber and GetResponse, they're like, I don't like them. I don't like them. You know what I mean? It's just like you got to be really careful. So, and then you have like Bing. Bing's awesome. You could say make $1 million a day in the title, and they'll approve it, pretty much. But the problem is it costs kind of a lot. I mean, you could scale it, but you can't scale it enough. There's not enough traffic, right? Everybody's going to Google. They know it. That's why they allow those kind of things. And then you have solos. Okay, you can jump in anytime.
Yeah, let me say something about Facebook ads. I actually love Facebook ads. I'm always into Facebook ads. So what I started doing probably 6 to 8 months ago is I just started playing. I mean, I wasn't even really doing anything black hat, but I would always try to kind of get around it, have like a bridge page or something, and then promote something BizOppy on the backside. But at the end of the day, they just don't like it. And so what I do now is I just play by the rules. I just promote stuff in other niches, right? There's you can crush it on Facebook in other niches if you're really focused on it, promoting offers on Max Bounty or whatever, there's different offers that you can promote if you like that. So I love Facebook for that. For other niches, it just doesn't work for the BizOp niche.
Yeah. So pretty much anything that's huge, we'll eventually get rid of it, because let's face it, there's a lot of scammers. There really is. There's a lot of scammers, but they throw us all in the same bucket, right? It doesn't matter if you're the most legitimate person in the world. They look at you as the same person. Most of them look at any affiliate, pretty much, a lot of them. Like if you try to mail on MailChimp, I'm just giving you different ideas, and you say anything about, like, you're selling any affiliate product, they're like, no, goodbye, but they allow anything else. So, I mean, just to make a long story short, you just got to stick with what works, and that's email. Now, for years, we bought solo ads. In fact, I'll tell a quick little story about the history of solo ads if you want to know it. Before there was individuals selling solo ads, who wants to know about the history of where this traffic came from? I'll tell you exactly where it came from. It's pretty awesome. Awesome. So, yeah. So basically, before solo ads really existed, where you could buy it from someone like me or James or somebody else out there, you had to literally contact like website owners that had a little opt-in box, and you can still do this today, and beg them to sell you an advertising spot to their list, like send for you. Like that's how solo ads started, and there was no like pay per click. Basically, you're getting 1,000 clicks guaranteed. It was just like, okay, let's throw $1,000 over here, and hopefully you get enough clicks. And then what happens is I built my list up big enough from those types of sources and there was a group of people. There was about 4 or 5 of us in a Skype chat room. Okay. Now I'm not taking credit for any of this. I'm not trying to look cool here. I'm just saying we had the bright idea of like saying, what if I sent you 500 clicks today and you sent me 500 clicks today? We started building our list that way while we're reaching out and building our list from the outside sources. We could probably kind of joint venture and build our list out. Now, it got so easy and it worked that, we were just from the OTO, meaning the one-time offer after someone would opt in from somebody sending for me, we were making an extra $5,000, $10,000 a week, plus building our list. I mean, it was just like so easy. And because it was so easy, well, what do you do when something's so easy? You pretty much get somebody in. It's like, oh man, my cousin Billy and their family, they just, they lost their job, they have nowhere to go. I could just like hook them up with a list. Or I could just get them right in. I know exactly how to get them right in. Join the good old boy club in the Skype group. Before you know it, okay, everybody and their mom, literally, and their dads, and their uncles and cousins, we're in all these different Skype groups. I mean, it was crazy, and some of you might know what I'm talking about. There'd be like literally 500 people in one group, and then another guy would be like, I'm the leader. So he'd start one. I never got, like, I just never did it, but then another guy would start one, and then all the same people join that group. And then in the Skype chats, everybody would be like, hey, I got an opening for tomorrow for 1,000 clicks. And then somebody would be like, me, and then they would schedule out. So every single day you're mailing for 1, 2, 3 different people if you have a big enough list, and they're mailing for you, and it's just this giant exchange. And what happens is the list just gets beat up, before you know it. Now, where did all these people go, and why were they doing this? For one, the list got so beat up and old because everybody was sharing the same list, and this is happening today still, that the only way for them to make money anymore was to sell it to you, okay? Now, they're not doing anything wrong, okay? They're still providing traffic and to the best of their ability, and they're not bad people, don't get me wrong, and we were there, but the reason we stopped selling solo ads for the longest time is because it was the same old traffic. And the reason we stopped buying solo ads for the longest time is because we knew where all the traffic. It was like literally people were just saying, yeah, I'll trade you my CSV file for your CSV file. Like guys would come to me and say, hey, I got 400,000. Will you trade me your 400,000 for my 400,000? We'll have 800,000 each. I mean, so everybody's just using the same old list, and then you buy traffic from them, and then they, you're getting their old beat up list. Now, with that said, people are only in heat to buy something, like the majority, like 90, 95% of people are only in heat to buy something within the first 3 to 5 days, okay? So if they were looking to make money on the internet and they're on this guy's list that's been on a year since 2013, there's a great chance that that person's just a freebie seeker and that opts into everything. So like your opt-in rates are like 40, 50% if you're lucky with these solo ads, but you're not making the sales. So you're trying to live that dream. You're like, oh, well, at least my list is building. This is kind of what I was getting to at the beginning. You're building your list. You're seeing your numbers grow. You're sending more clicks, but why aren't they buying? Okay? It's because they're on literally 500 people's lists, and they're all getting 500 emails every single day, and you are competing against everybody. So back to where I said, if you're not in somebody's inbox, somebody else is. For those of you that like to sit there and think, I can't mail my list. I'll wait 3 more days to mail. Well, by then, 1,500 more people already mailed your people, or 1,500 more emails hit them. So I'm saying, so to make a long story short, like that traffic, I will say it, is not. I mean, you can get lucky, just like the traffic exchanges. It's basically a traffic exchange now. Is dead. I'm going to say it out loud. It's not good. Not good. Not good. Not good. So. And then, like in one of my sales videos, I'm like, but Bob, I got 52% opt-in rate. I mean, if you're not making money, you kind of got to stop, right? So you got anything on that before I go crazy here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so now here's the next problem. Okay, here's the way bigger problem. Way bigger problem. Let's say you're getting hooked up at 50 cents, 40 cents a click. You're like, man, but my clicks are so awesome and they're cheap. And they opt in at 40, 50%, and every once in a while I get a sale. And you're telling your wife and your dog, you're like, look, man, it's finally happening. And then the next day you email out and then they don't even open, right? Well, here's the phenomenon that's going on right now. as high as literally 40 to 50% of a lot of traffic now is bot clicks, okay, robot clicks, fake clicks, or injected leads, okay. And anywhere that anybody that's smart, and I'm sure you guys are, anywhere that there's money to be made, like a lot of money to be made, there's going to be a lot of scam artists that come out.
And
I'm not going to mention any names.
Let me just say that, so the reason we know a lot of this stuff is because a lot of our income came from selling traffic and solo ads, especially mine starting out. Now I have a lot of actual affiliate marketing income. But when I started out, that's what I started doing. And so, like Bob was talking about, I did swaps. And whenever you do swaps with people, you kind of build relationships. And so man, the reason we know the solo space is because we know all of the vendors in the solo space, like the solo ad space. And so, so what he's saying is real. And this really started happening when he's starting to talk about like the fake traffic really started happening a lot in kind of like the end of 2014. And then really over the last, in all of 2015, and then like in the last 6 months, it's like, it's almost stupid, like how much there is. And it's crazy.
Yeah. And we know this because we see the traffic coming in. We have filters. We see all like the percentage of fake clicks coming from the same IP, all that kind of stuff. And the thing that happens is sometimes your traffic is 100% fake. Okay. Sometimes people have old lists. Okay. Old lists that they've like cleaned out and made sure that they're legit emails. And they'll literally have like an Indian farm or like people in a different country sitting there all day. Okay, this is no joke. This is happening right now as we speak. People right now are getting a 60% opt-in rate, and they're pumped. But it's somebody in India or Philippines or something inputting leads, switching IPs, inputting leads, switching IPs, and then they like train them to only opt in 2 out of 3. So you got a really good opt-in rate, right? And it's sad. And then sometimes they'll get 50% real. Sometimes you get like a mixture of it. And then sometimes you have injectors, like literally scripts that literally will just do it for them, And it's just a really, really dirty world.
A lot of people may not know what a script is. I mean, it's kind of like a software, right? It's like an automated program. And then it just like inject a lot. So most of the times now what you'll get is actually a blend. People will send like half injected and half will be from the automated program. How that works is that, like he said, there's obviously these massive CSV files all over the internet. People buy data all the time. Data is huge, right? So they can get a CSV file of 1 million emails, and they can use the automated program to just insert these emails into your opt-in page, so it looks like leads are coming in. It looks normal. I mean, it looks legit, right? And so, here's the reality: is that most solo vendors that I know are not intentionally sending fake traffic, but most solo vendors nowadays broker traffic. Okay, we don't broker traffic. All right, we send our own. We make people come through our funnels before we'll ever send them to someone else. All right, but most vendors now are brokering traffic. So what happens is, just so you know how the brokering world works, right? Someone sends. If I'm interested in brokering, I might buy traffic from someone. The traffic looks great, and I say, hey man, how much traffic can you send every day? And they said, man, I can send 50,000 clicks a day, right? And I'm like, man, that is awesome. Can I resell it for you? And what's the best price you give me? So he lowers his price a little bit. I buy it for 40 cents. I go resell it for 50 cents or whatever, 45 cents. Whatever it is, and I go resell it. So this guy starts sending me traffic. A lot of times they start out, it's legit, it's real, and then once it's rolling, then they start blending in the fake traffic, which doubles their profit, right, on the back. So it's just there was so much money in the traffic game, and there still is. It's just money just flies around everywhere. So like to us, we don't even pay attention to dollars. Like to us, money is clicks equal money. Like we're like, oh, how many clicks went out today? How many clicks went from the email list? How many clicks did we get from here? And it's just an average, man. We can bank on 80 cents a click every day at least, minimum. And it's just it's crazy, man. There's just money flying everywhere. So I wanted to say that not everyone is doing it intentionally, but it's just out there because so many people broker.
There's a lot. Jump in and just say something. I can actually vouch. We haven't actually discussed this at all. I'm here learning. I'm taking notes, and I can sincerely say I can vouch for what these guys are saying because you know my mentor, right? Vic Schreishaus. We spent a lot of money on traffic. Vic was spending at one stage in 2014, guys, 200,000 a month. And I'm not going to say any names. I'm not going to say who he was using, but he came back to me with the results, and they were absolutely bot traffic. They were fake traffic, and that's the reason why. I mean, Vic, we don't really. Although we build our business on solo ads, I'm going to be honest with you, solo ads served me extremely well. But nowadays, and I'm really glad you guys mentioned that the date, it's of the end, towards the end of 2014, it's a lot of it, it's really fake. And I'm so glad you guys came on to educate my people and just really just reinforce the fact of the truth that I already know, and you guys just reinforcing that. So I really appreciate you for coming clean and really telling my peeps, my people, that this is what's happening out there. So at least they are educated and they know, let's not go be stupid and spend money on solo ads, because a lot of it's a lot of fakes. And that's therefore the reason why I said I only trust about 5 people in this field, really. It's really with his hand. And I'm being serious here. And you guys obviously are one of them. But I'm really glad you guys came on and obviously you're educating my people on what to avoid and what sort of traffic not to buy. So I appreciate you guys.
And I'll say this, man, we were really blessed, and part of it probably credit to Bob for knowing so many people for so long. We sold solo ads up until we really actually stopped selling solo ads. It was probably 6 months ago. We took all our buy buttons down completely, and we just stopped. And honestly, I'm being real with you. Like some solo vendors, that's the only way they make money is if they sell clicks to you guys. All right. We actually send traffic to offers. Like we actually promote affiliate marketing offers. We promoted network marketing companies. We promoted a company called Vima. We're not in it anymore, but they were doing $200 million a year, and we got in, and we did. And I think the fastest anyone ever hit like executive was like 11 months, and we did it in like 3.5 weeks. And the owners were like, "What are you guys doing?" And it was because of our list. Like we actually do this stuff. So I remember we were selling solo ads up until about 6 months ago, but they were legit. But we weren't buying solos. We were building our list other ways because we didn't trust any of the solo vendors. But we were selling solos. So our thing was a little different then. But we got so tired of the whole world. We were like, man, it's just we don't even want our name in that space because there was so much fraud. So we just pulled out completely. And so we've just been testing like a lot of different stuff, and we love traffic. And so we just run all kinds of traffic all the time. I mean, we do banner traffic, media buys, all kinds of PPC. And a lot of it doesn't work. I mean, most of our campaigns don't work, but that's how this world is. You have to test, and 80% of your results will come from the 20% of your effort, and you have to find that out.
So the other thing with the fraud, just to finalize this, and not finalize it, but like let's say you bought a solo ad and you got 60% opt-in rate, and like you get like 30-40% open rate on the first email. You're like, yeah, this is some responsive traffic. Remember the Indian farms and workers and all that stuff? That's just what they call it. I don't mean to offend anybody if that does somehow, but like they're literally hired to opt in, wait for the email, open the email, click the email. Like it's crazy. Like so I tell people what was your second day results? Like how many opened and clicked on your second day, because first day don't matter, and even some are doing even second day. I mean, it's just crazy. So you got to really know people, and you got to be in the trust. You got to know who to trust. So here's the next thing with the problem of this. Okay, let's say you bought 50-cent click solo ad. Okay, and the reason we're even telling you this stuff is because we want to show you what actually works and what to avoid. Okay, so right now, let's say you bought a 50-cent solo ad, and James, stand by, he's my math guy. So you bought a 50-cent solo ad per click, and let's say it was top 70% top 5 speaking countries. Okay, that means, first of all, I never ever would buy a solo ad that was only 70% top speaking English countries. Okay, and that's what a lot of solo ad sellers would do. They'll be like, well, I'll give it to you for 40 cents. You're guaranteed 70% top tier, meaning just people that really will buy or understand your offer. Okay.
So right out of the gate, and what he's saying is, let's say you buy 1,000 clicks, 30% of them are from non-English speaking countries or India, whatever, but you got it for 50 cents, so it sounds like a great deal. The reality is you're paying 71 cents per click, because you're basically getting 700 real clicks. So you pay $500 for 700 clicks. It comes out to about 71 cents a click.
Right. So 71 cents a click right out the gate if you're getting it 50 cents a click, because the 30% adds on to it. So thank you for that. Now, let's say 50% of that was bot traffic, robots, or injected. Now you're doubling your click costs of actual human beings. Okay, so now we're at, what is that, $1.42?
Yeah, $1.42.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So now we're at $1.42 per click on your nice little 50-cent deal you got, right? $1.42 per click for a real human being, meaning, okay? Now let's say that your offer converts at, let's just be, real good here. Let's say it converts at 3%, okay? 3% conversion rate. And that means it would cost you how much to convert 1 or 3 sales?
It depends what your opt-in rate is. So if you're paying $1.42 per click and it takes you 3 clicks to get an opt-in, so 33% opt-in rate, now you're paying $4.26 per lead. Okay, and then if you
I forgot that step.
Yeah, so if you're paying $4,
$4.26 per human lead.
Yeah.
See, that's what we have to say nowadays. Isn't that crazy? This is like 2016, so it's like, wait, are we talking about a human lead or a robot? Like, which one are we talking about here? So $4.26 or 3. What was it?
$4.26 a lead.
$4.26 per lead. Okay, that's not good. I mean, you can get a horrible campaign on Facebook and get $3 a lead. I mean, so $4.26 a lead. Now let's just even keep it better, like 1%. Let's say 1% convert on a sales page. You sent 1,000 clicks, and it converted at, what did you say, 30%?
So let's just say you got 100 leads. That would be $426 for 100 leads. And then if you got 1 sale,
it would cost you $426 for 1 sale.
To acquire a sale.
Now you can see why solo ads aren't working, right? So because if most are bot clicks, or a lot, not every one of them are, and we didn't even factor in the fact that these are on old beat up lists. Okay, so those 300, 400 leads, whatever that you got, are old lists that, and if you get one person to sign up, that's cool, but you're buying a list for $426 for 1 sale, and all those leads are old, right? So that's the problem with the industry today. So let me know if we went too fast, or is this interesting to you guys? Let me just say, let me see, like, yeah, like I'm pumped up or whatever, or I'm mad or whatever it is, whatever you're feeling. I just need to see like where you're at, and then we'll just keep spilling the beans. We'll keep going farther from this. Loving it. Interesting. Thanks. Yes. Yay. Very interesting. It is perfect. Woohoo! See, we didn't even tell you the good news yet. So this is good. Good interaction. This is mind blowing. Yes, it is. Nobody will tell you this. See, we're not here to make any friends. I don't care if you like Trump or not, but like same thing with him. They'll just tell it how it is, right? And like we'll go to the event, and it's just like his thing where he says, "Well, China will love me. It doesn't matter, right?" We'll go to the events. We'll see the people that we're not calling anybody out, but they know our message, right? And we get there, they're our best friends still. They act like, nothing's wrong. So we just tell it like it is, and we don't care who likes us and who doesn't anymore. It's just like, whatever, right? So Austin to know, interesting. He's mad as hell. All right, well, all right. Great stuff. Interesting. No time for BS. Effing awesome. Awesome, Rick. So cool. Guys, good. I'm glad you're liking this. So you got the right crowd here, Paula. So what's exciting about all this? Now I don't know where we were going from here. Do we want to go into like ways to monetize the traffic first, or do we want to explain what we got?
Yeah, let's explain what we have, because it's 9:21 Eastern, and then let's just sit here and show people how to monetize their lists and answer questions.
Yeah.
Because there's some simple things you guys can do to make more money from the list that you have right now. And we want to talk about those things. But yeah, let's talk about how we kind of run our traffic, like the concept of how we do it, and then why it works and what we're doing.
Yeah. So yeah, why don't you start that actually, if you don't mind?
Yeah. Hold on one sec.
Okay. So basically, what we do, I'll just start it then, because I've only heard half of it. I just heard it explain the concept. What we do is we drive massive media buys. Like we spend a lot of money. Like he was mentioning, Vic earlier, spending $200,000 a month. I mean, that's the kind of tune that we do, literally, and we're scaling more and more and more and more and more and more because we have the right sources. Now we don't just go from one source either. We're buying tons and tons of real traffic to our systems, okay? And we have literally proprietary software that filters out bots on the front. We make them go through different steps and different levels that only human beings can do, okay? And then from there...
Let me interject why. I had a friend one time that bought a solo ad. He bought a solo ad, and he said, man, he showed me the results after, and he was like, so I bought this solo, and he goes, I have people opt into my page, and on the next page, I have an instruction for them to fill, like I have an instruction for the people to do before they can go to the next step, and they had to fill out something like something else on the thank you page. And he was like, so I got like 50% opt-in rate. I think it was hundreds of leads, and then not one person filled out the thing on the next page. And I was like, how? And it was like, it was all congruent. And I was like, that doesn't even seem possible that, hundreds of human beings would opt in because they want something and then not complete a simple instruction. And so that was kind of one of the things that got us really thinking about this and seeing how this stuff works. So pre-framing is a really big deal, and that's what he's talking about. So go ahead.
Yeah, so we're the little guy fails. Not little guy, but the guy that doesn't have a big budget, the guy that doesn't have a lot of money to spend, that's scraping, that's doing tax exempt to get an extra $600 so they can dump their money into traffic. If they did that today with the normal traffic methods, yeah, they wouldn't be doing that very long. I mean, it's just going to make them more and more in debt. It's not going to work. So what we did was we used our network of people that we know, our different media buys, all kinds of different sources that we test on a daily basis. And we send in literally so much traffic it would just blow your brains up. But we send so much traffic through our system, through our funnels, and pre-frame it all for the business opportunity niche. Okay, we could do this in other niches too, and we're going to branch out. But right now we went, once we cracked this code, literally everything we had blew up. I mean, it was just like, whoa, like this is crazy. And we have unlimited, literally. It seems like we could scale pretty much as massively as possible. So because we're able to get it through and at a cheaper rate because we could buy in bulk, right? We're able to run them through our systems and then prove that they're human beings before they even hit any of your pages, right? So if you bought traffic through us, every single person's a human being live right then looking for a business opportunity, period. And we guarantee that. But we're not even to that pitch yet. But who's excited about that, to have actual human beings looking at your site that are fresh? That's the other guarantee. It's today fresh guarantee. Like thousands of brand new people. There's a statistic shown that literally over 300,000 new people on a daily basis are looking to make money online, like for the first time. They're coming online. They're looking at like, how the heck can I make money online? And then those are the kind of people that we collect. They're like brand new, fresh. We, obviously we can't filter out that, but some people have been looking for a long time, but if they're looking, they're hot right then, right? So they're running through our funnels. They're every single pre-frame. We have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of pre-frames are all like talking about like making money, hundreds of dollars a week, thousands of dollars a week, that kind of stuff before they even hit your page. It's exciting to me. So we're seeing people. We have a 60% opt-in guarantee. And we can guarantee that because it's pre-framed so well, and the people are real humans. I mean, it's funny that it's funny we have to keep saying they're humans. Like that's where we're at today. But they're real human beings that are fresh today, just fresh out of the oven, looking for somewhere to spend money, right? And that's why it works so freaking good. So you got anything on that, James?
Yeah, I mean, so like a lot of the lists that, like if you buy solo ads, for instance, one thing that's very common is like, what does a solo ad vendor do every day? They email their list probably twice, okay? Every time they email their list, they're probably using a rotator and rotating through multiple offers, all right? So they're just slamming their list with all kinds of offers every single day. So someone that joins that list is going to see at least 2 different emails every single day for however long they're on the list. Not to mention, what ends up happening is, if I'm on this guy's list and he emails me twice a day and I actually look at his stuff, I'm going to opt into a lot of the offers he sends out. So now I'm on 30 different lists. Okay. Now I'm on 30 to 40 different lists at the same time. Now I'm getting bombarded. All right. And so what it does, it dilutes the power of the list. So what happens is you can actually, we teach something in our community called where you can actually train your list. You can actually train your list. Okay. Some people say, well, should I write short emails? Should I write long emails? Well, it depends how you've trained your list. Some people are great at writing long copy emails, and they do great with that. Some people write very short, like we write a lot of short emails, and we train people not to read our stuff in the inbox. We train people, if we're going to give them a lot of content, we put it on a blog post or a video or something like that, and we train them that, hey, listen, we're going to give you good content, but every day you're going to get a short email, and you have to click that link if you want to see what we have. Okay, well, even if it's just pure content value, but we train them to do that. And so what happens on like solo vendor lists is that the subscribers are really trained to open the email, click the link, and opt into everything just to see what's on the other side. The problem with that is the amount of fake email addresses that you get now is like just insane. Like you can use companies like, if you guys want to look into it, there's companies like xverify.com. There's companies like brightverify.com that you could actually integrate with your squeeze page, and like in real time, someone will enter their email address, and in real time, BrightVerify or xverify, some of these companies will tell you whether it's a fake email or not. Okay, and they do a pretty good job. It's not 100% accurate, obviously, but man, there's so many fake emails because people are opting into so many things that they just start putting in fake emails just to see what's on the other side. And so one of the ways that out of just all this testing, and it's not even that big of it's not even like that much of a secret or anything. I just don't know why more people don't do it. But we were like, why don't we have a step here, or actually 2 steps or instructions for people to go through before they can even see an offer, right? So the people that just opt into everything just to see what's on the other side, like I do that. Come on, how many of you guys have put in a fake email address on someone's opt-in page? I mean, I do it every day just to see what's on the other side, right? And so what happens is the way we've found a way to get rid of all the looky-loo people who just opt in, they just want to see what's there. Unless they take a couple steps, they're not going to get to your page. That's what we're trying to say. So we get rid of all the looky-loo people that just want to opt in and see what it is.
System reject fake email. Sorry, I'm reading everybody's comments. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, they're fresh every day. And it's the traffic that we run for everything. And, we weren't even going to start selling it. And this isn't sales hype, but we were like, we could really just run this all by ourselves and be totally fine and never have a problem. Here's the other thing is I'm still trying to figure this out, but I'm pretty sure there's no way for us to be able to be stopped. Like, I don't want to say that like out of pride or anything because I don't want to get shot down or something, but like as long as we can keep feeding the beast, which pretty much we can, like there's just so many different sources now, I don't think we could stop. And that's what's so exciting about this, and that's why Paulo brought us on here, is because we have what we feel is the best traffic on the planet right now that you can get in bulk, that you can scale. And like again, if you have a huge budget in Facebook and the right angle, and it's not in the BizOp niche, you can make a fortune off Facebook. But if you want it like it was back in 2009, 2010, 2011, even 2012, where you can buy a solo ad. See, we're not a solo ad vendor. This is what we got to clarify. We're running traffic through funnels and giving you funnel clicks. Now, back in the day, I used to buy just funnel clicks, and that's another idea that we had, is we literally would just buy funnel clicks. I would say, hey, how much would it cost for you to put my banner in your funnel, right? And I would pay like 75 cents a dollar per click because I knew that was a very qualified lead. They took actions, they took steps. So I used to buy those, but the problem was there was no way to do it in bulk. Nobody had enough. Like, it would take me usually like a month to get 500 funnel clicks from people. So, but they were good. They were always good quality, So so pretty much there's a lot of people asking, like, how would I start? Like, how do I even start building a list? That kind of stuff. Well, we actually build you. Another reason we can guarantee, that you have a 60% is we'll actually build you a squeeze page, and we'll host it for you, and we'll run the traffic for you, and we'll pre-frame it for you, so that you'll get the best conversions that you possibly can get. So not only 60%, and we're not going to guarantee you'll make a single sale. We will say that 75% plus of every single customer that we have so far are coming back, buying and begging for more every single time, pretty much. So that's a really good indication that they're getting sales, and we're getting tons of people saying, yeah, I got 5 sales, I got 3 sales, I got 10 sales. It's kind of crazy. So we're pumped about it.
So it's like
so is there any?
It's not even like it's not magic or anything. I mean, again, it's just like it's funny that we even have to say this, but it's just real people that are interested. They're targeted to this demographic. We're targeting people that are interested. They've already expressed an interest in making money from home, and we're just sending real people through our funnels and then onto your site. And so, people are just having great results. Again, some people are profiting right away. Some people don't make a sale. We did have a guy, I think it was like one person. Well, I'm not going to say how many people didn't get sales and did, but most of our customers are getting sales very fast. We had a guy come to us and say, man, I got a great opt-in rate. My open rate is awesome on my emails, but I didn't get any sales. And he was like, I'm just going to kind of monitor this. And he came back like 5 days later. He was like, this is one of the best weeks I've had in a long time. He said it took them like 3 to 4 days, but they bought a lot of stuff.
That was a big leader, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we have people coming back a lot for this, but it's not magic. It's just the process. It's the process.
Magic.
And Bob and I know how to buy a lot of traffic just because we've been trying it for so long, and we've been spending so much money trying to figure it out that we know where to get traffic now. That is,
yeah, we don't buy it from the solo ad guys.
Seemingly unlimited. I mean, we can.
It is.
There's a lot of people that are looking to do this online.
So is there any questions on any of that stuff? Or like, let's get into like questions and answers. Like, what do you want to do here? Like, what do you want us to train you on? This is like your time. I know you've been with us for like an hour and a half. Like, you guys are nuts. You guys are crazy. What's wrong? No, that's awesome. We appreciate every second that you're spending with us. We hope whether you do business with us or not, that you take some amazing knowledge out of this and that you can run with it and hopefully save a lot of money in the future. And, worst case scenario, we're able to teach you some really cool stuff. So
let's do this though. Let's give them a link because they've been on for a long time. Let's go ahead and give them the link where they can check out what we have, and then we're just going to stay on and we're going to just answer questions. I want to teach 2 things.
They're doing some bonuses.
Real fast. Yeah, we have some bonuses if you guys will stay on. We may not give them out though until we get certain type of engagement. So let's do this. I'm going to type in the link here in the chat if you guys want to check it out. Okay. And why don't you want to share your screen, Bob, and just go over it real fast. I put the link in the chat if you can click on that. All right.
What to our? Let me see. Hold on. To our. Like, you're confusing me now, bro.
It's www.
Yeah.
It's www.humaniballs.com/Paulo.
Okay, Paulo.
I'll get it over to you. You can go there, and this is what I want to say is so we are like if you guys want to buy traffic from us, you can. Okay, Bob's gonna go over the page real quick, and you guys can test it. All right, what we're offering tonight is you guys can test our traffic and see if it works. Okay, what this traffic works for is offers that have a strong make money online pitch. So if you're in the business opportunity world and you're promoting, Project Breakthrough or Empower or whatever, all these different offers out there that has a make money online pitch, that's what this will work for. Now we're going to give away some bonuses in a minute, but the only way you're going to get bonuses is if you use Paulo's link, okay? Because he's the one that invited us to come on. And so we want to be fair with that. And so we put the link in the chat. You click the chat button. You should be able to see it. And I'll pass this over to, I think you already have it, Bob, right?
Yeah. So do you see my screen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So as it says up here, this is humaniballs.com. I know, pretty much the coolest name you could ever freaking come up with. Because that really pretty much explains what this is. We're only giving you human eyeballs on your offer, period. Okay, which nobody else really is guaranteeing, and they just don't know how, and that's fine. But discover how using us to send thousands of real human beings to your website while defeating the bots can get you a guaranteed 60% plus opt-in rate and massive sales. Introducing the freshest premium business opportunity traffic on the planet. You guys come here and watch this later if you want. I go over some more statistics, but mainly stuff that we talked about on here. And on here, Human Eyeballs features thousands of today fresh human eyeball inventory available. 100% top 5 English-speaking country traffic. That means you're only going to get United States, United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, okay, traffic to your site.
And we legitimately, it's not an exaggeration, we get thousands of leads per day, okay? So, and our opt-in rates are not what our customers get because we're doing like media buys and stuff. So our opt-in rates are lower, but then because of what we do on the back end, it's a great experience for people that buy traffic from us because we do the pre-frame, we get rid of the looky-loos, and then we send them on to you. So we have thousands of fresh, brand new leads coming through every single day.
Right. And so, again, we host and create your squeeze page for you, and exceptions can be made. We can't guarantee a 60% unless you let us make it for you. And that's just basically because we know how to convert. Okay, we know how to make the pages. We know how to do that. If we let people just send to their page and it was 50%, obviously we're going to start losing money. And we have the highest repeat traffic customers, buyers in the industry, and we have a zero bot guarantee. So here's the pricing. Now, before your jaws drop, remember the pricing that I gave you earlier on a 50 cent per click. Okay, on a 50 cent per click. What was the final numbers to get one sale? If they got 1%, was it like $426 to get one sale? Mm-hmm. Okay. So with ours, you're going to get a guaranteed 60%. So what's the math on 60% of 250?
You're talking about 250 clicks? Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to give you guys a rough estimate.
150 leads.
150 leads. So you're basically $1.50 per lead. Remember earlier we were talking like it was like $1 or something.
It was $4.26 per real lead.
$4.26 per real lead if it was 50% bot traffic. Okay, if it was 20%, then do the math. If it was 0, what would it be? It would have been like $2 and something a lead.
Yeah.
Right. So with this, you're getting literally guaranteed $1.50 per lead. A lot of people are getting 68% to 70%. Again, we don't guarantee that, but we guarantee 60%. So no matter what, you're going to get that. And if the bigger the package you buy, obviously, the more you save. Okay. Now, and then you can go over here later why, how we can guarantee 60% rate. Why is buying traffic our price cheaper? That kind of stuff. And then we have solo ad. Not solo. See, I'm still so used to saying solo ad because we're not solo ad vendors. Okay, we're traffic vendors. It's a big difference. So 74% opt-in rate, hands down the best traffic I ever bought. Some of you guys know Dave Prosser here. He's doing tens of thousands a month.
So when I said the other day, I said because we just opened this up like 2 weeks ago, a couple weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks ago, and I didn't know we opened up a beta test initially. And we just wanted to test it because we knew the traffic was converting for us because we send to CPA offers, okay? And so we opened it up to people like in the BizOp world. And what was crazy is we got over 60 orders very fast. And I think it was over half of them reordered within 3 or 4 days. And there was people like Dave. I think Dave literally he's bought 4 or 5 times since this opened. He just keeps buying. And so I was like, bro, are you already in profit? And he was like, yeah, I think so. I think I'm already in profit. And so I was like, so there's a lot of people that have not only reordered, but reordered 3, 4, or 5 times just since we opened this up. So I don't want to, again, we can't guarantee sales because we just can't. But this is legitimate traffic. That's what we're trying to say. Is this is the most real traffic that we believe you can get right now outside of doing your own PPC campaigns, which we believe in wholeheartedly. We do that. And if you can learn that and master that, that is awesome. Okay. The problem with PPC and a lot of that stuff is there's just a learning curve attached to it. And I would encourage you to learn that stuff because it could change your business, But at the end of the day, the reality is, I've heard some people say, well, I don't want to be dependent on some other traffic source. Here's what you guys have to realize is that the number one traffic source in your arsenal should be not someone that you go to, but it should be your own list. Okay. So like Paulo, like I want you to understand that. So like tonight, like tomorrow, Paulo, if a new offer comes out that Paulo says, man, I want to hit this, he doesn't even have to go and buy traffic from us or buy traffic from someone else, because he can write an email and send it out to his own list and get hundreds or maybe thousands of people to click his email and go to that offer. So like when we want to test something, we don't have to test an offer by going and buying cold traffic. We can test it with our own list first, right? And then if it converts, then we scale it. And so at the end of the day, the greatest traffic source in your arsenal should be your own list. Now, you have to build that list. However you build that list, it doesn't matter as long as it's working. And that's what we're saying is, listen, we want you to build your own list. We want you to learn traffic and different strategies. But if right now you're not mastering PPC, and Facebook's not working for you, and YouTube isn't working for you right now, we can send a boatload of fresh, unique people every single day that are coming through our funnels to you guys. And so that's what we're trying to say.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I keep him around, because he could really like slow down. I can't, like, I'm ADD, I'm everywhere. So as you guys can probably see. So 75% opt-in rate, huge email engagement, 65%. I mean, we have so many now that we didn't even put on this page. 65% opt-in rate plus 4 sales, 59% opt-in rate plus and $177.50 in CPA sales. I think he hit us back later and he had even more sales or something. It was crazy. 75% real human opt-in rate, 60% opt-in rate plus 5 CPA sales. And this is, guys, this is before we even guaranteed a 60%.
Yeah.
When we saw this, we're like, shoot, everybody's getting it. So let's say, you know what, we'll just do 60%. And if for some odd reason you don't hit it, we'll just keep sending until you get what you would have got at 60%. You know.
And I'll be transparent with you. One of the reasons that we're doing this webinar and that we added the 60% guarantee is because when we came out with this service, people were still comparing us to solo ads. And so they thought that we were price gouging. They were like, man, I can get a solo ad for 50 cents. You guys are charging, whatever your prices are. And so we were like, man, people don't understand yet. So that's why we did the beta test. And then that's why we also did the guarantee on the opt-in rate. Another reason we did the guarantee on the opt-in rate is because we've just been doing this a long time. So this isn't anything new. But what's happened in the past is we have a lot of people, especially if you're new, that number one, what we realized is a lot of people in this space just flat out don't like building pages. They don't like making their own opt-in pages, or they don't know how, okay? So like we've had people literally, they send us their page. It takes them they would buy traffic from us, whether it was a year ago or now, and they'll say, okay, well, I don't have my page ready. And it literally takes them 2 weeks to make a squeeze page. And we're like, can you please send us your page so we can send your traffic? And they're like, well, I'm still working on it. And they got to get help from somebody else. And they get it together, they send it to us. We always test them. Like we opt in, it goes to the offer, it looks fine. Then we run the traffic and they're like, wait, I didn't get any leads, 0 leads. And then we log into their autoresponder account because we'll help people. And we find out that they didn't have their autoresponder set up right. And so we're like, my gosh, man. So that's one of the reasons that we're adding this. It's not only for new people, it's for advanced people too, because we have done this a long time and we do know what pages convert. So we'll actually make the page and integrate it with your autoresponder. We already have the leads. They're already through our funnel. So we're not co-regging the leads. We're not, the leads are just going into your autoresponder.
Yep.
And then we use our tracking.
Yeah, we're not doing anything. Yeah, it's just literally, they're yours now. So pretty much, it's awesome. It's just awesome. So if you look at this page, 74.5% real human opt-in. I just kind of threw numbers there to be honest with you. Just to fill the page up because that's what I do. But feel the human difference, right? I freaking love that, right? We didn't really trademark that, but I put the TM there because it looks cool. And yeah, man, it's awesome. So that's that. If there's any questions or anything, guys, let us know. As you can see, we even went even further. You can think this is corny or not, but the 250-click Wally Destroyer, the 500-click R2-D2 Smasher, the 1,000-click Optimus Prime Dismantler, the 2,000-click Terminator Crusher. We have people buying 5,000. I don't have a fancy name for that. We were just trying to have fun with this. We even have an image that I should have had up already, but it's like this superhero. Like, this is just so fun for us because it's like back in the day when we actually had good traffic to sell and we feel proud of it. Like, he doesn't think it looks that good. I do. Like, but whatever. It's like the superhuman guy, like all beefed up and like with lasers pointing out, and like there's all these robots invading, and then he's like defeating the robots, and like that's what we do. So I don't know. I'm a big dreamer and visioner, but if you want to feel the human difference,
Yeah. So we already have people saying like, I'm buying this package, I'm buying this package. Listen, here's what we're gonna do, because now like, we need to give out some content and like share some cool stuff. All right. So what I'm gonna say right now is, if you want to go ahead and buy, you can, but you need to use the link in the chat. Okay. The reason why is because we are gonna give out some like a bonus to everybody that buys through Paulo's link tonight. It has to be done before midnight. I'm going to say Central Time because that's what I am. It's 8:47 where I am. So within the next 3 hours, if you buy through that link tonight, we're going to give you a bonus, okay? And I'm going to go over the bonus first, and then what I'm going to do is, and then we'll go into like cost per lead offers and how they can monetize and stuff. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do this. All right. All right, so how many of you guys struggle with email copy, like what to send your leads once you have, like once you're building your list? How many of you guys ever struggle with, well, what do I email the list, and how do I send the emails out, and what kind of copy should I write? Like, this is one of the biggest questions we get all the time, is like, what emails should I send out? Do any of you guys struggle with that? Let me know in the chat. Okay, me, I do, yes, me. Okay, awesome.
Yeah. A lot of people. Okay.
We developed something called, actually, I need to do something different. Okay.
You want to take the screen?
Yeah, I'll take it.
You better take it before I start drawing like I do on a lot of mine. I will. You know what? This is you.
Okay, you can see me, right? My screen?
Did you take the screen?
Yeah, I got it.
I was drawing on a fancy pic. All right, whatever. Go ahead.
You're too slow. Okay, so we have something we developed. It's a simple PDF. Okay, it's just a PDF document, but it's called the 3-day cash machine. So there's something that we do whenever we launch a. This is one of the strategies, by the way, that makes us a lot of money. Okay, normally we'll pick one launch, like on JVZoo. Some of you guys are familiar with that network, and we'll do like one launch a month in many cases. Okay, and so someone launches a product on JVZoo. And that launch is open for 7 days. And so Bob and I, what we'll do is we'll create an email, like a little bonus package. We'll give away something as a bonus, and then we'll promote that launch for like 3 days. Okay. And so we've developed a series of an email template over those 3 days that has made us a lot of money. All right. So what we do is we send out one email on day 1. We send out 2 emails on day 2. 3, and then I think up to, sometimes we go into 4 days, but it's usually 7 to 8 emails over a 3 to 4 day period. And usually on the last day, we'll send 3 to 4 emails that day. So we send out 1 email, 2 emails, 3 emails, and we build up to the end of the launch, either the end of the launch or the end of the timer on our bonus page. And so we created this, we just called it the 3-day cash machine, and it's a series of email templates. So we actually give you the email swipes that we use in those launches, okay? And they're kind of generic, so you can switch it out for if you're promoting a business opportunity or a JVZoo launch or whatever. You can use the template, and you can just change out the subject lines to fit whatever it is that you're promoting. But I'm telling you, this is crazy. Like, we did a launch with Chris Record, okay? We actually did a webinar with him, and then we promoted by email. And in 3 days, we did $28,000 in sales of his product, okay, with our list. So I know what happens. A lot of times people go, yeah, but you guys already have this big, massive list. That's the point. That's why we're here. The reason we're here is to say, yeah, we make money because we have this big list, like we do. But that's what we're trying to help you guys get to. We want you guys to build a big list so that you can do that. And you have to start somewhere. You may not be able to start making $28,000 in a weekend, but you can start, you know what, and start building your subscriber list. And you can use this to promote anything you want. So if you're in a business opportunity, maybe you've been in it for a month or so, man, you could take this sequence, mail it out over 3 days, and you'll just see, like, it's crazy. Like, I forgot what offer it was we did, man. I think it was over Christmas break, but we had I don't know how many sales we got, but like over half of the sales came in the last 2 hours of
Mhm.
the promotion. Like that's how these sequences work. So literally, we had a timer on our page, and we said, "Hey, this offer ends in 3 days, 18 hours, and 6 seconds," right? And it just kept counting down. And on the last day, last 2 hours, like throughout on that last day, we mail out 4 times, and by the end of the night, man, all these sales come rushing in at the last
Boom.
moment because we have
Boom.
this bonus offer up, and people don't want to miss out.
Yep.
So this is a
Powerful.
this is a bonus we're going to give anyone that buys any package on humanideyeballs.com/Paulo. If you purchase,
You have this all listed out by chance so they could see it?
you can't see my screen, or you just mean in
No,
writing?
I could see it. I just mean like just everything they're getting.
No, I can real quick though.
Follows people.
Yeah.
Follows people. So, yeah, guys, so this is cool. So I just want to touch base on the email copy stuff. So, yeah, I don't even know anymore. It could be 100,000 emails. I don't know. But I know what works best, period. Okay, so we teach you a method that basically, this is the first bonus we're giving you. It's worth a lot. I don't know how much it's worth. Probably going to sell it. But pretty much I teach you a method on how to pre-frame without sounding like it's a corny salesperson and get the click. Like that's what's important about an email. You're sending out an email to send people to an offer, right? So I teach you a really awesome strategy on how to really just write emails really fast without, 99% of the time, I'll just check out an offer if it's from somebody I trust or whatever, or let's say it's your business opportunity, I'll just go over there and I'll get some ideas from the headline and all that stuff, because what you got to understand is these offer owners, they split test these headlines, if they're a good offer owner, and how you know it's a good offer is if it's been up for a long time, it's converting. So the headline is one of the most important parts of a page, right? So this is just one little technique out of it. And you just take that headline and you turn it into like a one-liner, right? And you're pre-framing that click. All you got to do is get them in a happy mood, motivated mood, and pumped up and pre-framed to see what they saw in that first line, and when they click, they go to a congruent offer. I mean, that's one of our techniques, and I show you step by step on how to do that, and it's super powerful. So if you guys are like stuck, and some of the people we taught are literally making tens of thousands of dollars a month just because they're like, oh, that was freaking simple. Now they mail 10 times more because it's so easy, right? And it's not you're scamming like account created. I'm sure you've seen those like subject lines just trying to get clicks. It's like how to be cool, right? I mean, maybe you've seen Frank Kern, like he'll just put like, what's up? Or like, open up, or like, hey man, I'm awesome, or like, buy my stuff. And I'm like, that's the kind of stuff that we teach basically. It's just how to stay cool and how to keep getting clicks. And he mentioned earlier about training your people. There's nothing better, in my opinion, with email marketing than being the guy that sells cool stuff all the time, right? Like you want a list of people that are rabid buyers that like to buy stuff from you because one, they see your name, they're like, what's he got that's really cool, because the last thing I bought that was really cool and it was awesome. They start putting those two things together. Cool offer, cool software, cool training with this guy's name. And if you show up in their inbox every single day, okay, pushing stuff, giving little bits of value, and so another technique is how to give value really fast where they don't feel jaded. Okay, where you're just looking like a car salesman. Okay, no offense to the car salesmen out here, but you're giving a little punch of value, and then even the pre-frames in the middle, and then boom, closing it down. I mean, it's really simple, the strategies we teach, and if you're kind of like having a block, we teach you that as well, like where to get ideas, how to find different things, different strategies. It's really cool. So you have that up in 3-Day Cash Machine, guys. I mean, it's awesome. Just being able to just copy the templates. It's the exact ones we use on every big launch that we do. So for other people,
Yeah.
as an affiliate.
So
we, for 10 years, just real quick, for 10 years, I didn't even have my own offers, pretty much. I just promoted as a super affiliate. I just traffic, didn't even care about getting out there. And then what happened was there's just so many people that started begging me. And again, I'm not trying to be look at me. They just started begging me to like do webinars and jump on here and teach them stuff. Then finally, I'm just like, whatever, and then I realized people actually pay you for that. So it's like, cool, So anyways, What do you got here? See on your screen.
So
Click
yeah, so
share.
what we want to do now is go over like let's go over like cost per lead offers and how to monetize. I think what we can do is give away another we'll give away another bonus here in a few minutes based on engagement and stuff like that. So one of the ways to that you guys can monetize your list. How many of you guys have accounts with like any of the CPA networks like Cash Network or Max Bounty? How many of you guys have like actually have access to a CPA network? Let me know in the chat if you can.
Yes. That's always a lighter one, but yes, yes, not yet. Me, yes, no, no. Click promise.
Okay.
I don't know if it's CPA, no. No access, no. Also ClickBank, yes, no. All right, so it's like 50-50, actually.
Yeah. Okay. So one of the things that you can do inside of let me go into let's see. I'll just log
Really
into like Cash Network and show you guys.
try to remember his password.
Yeah.
I've been partners with him for like 2 years, and I still can't. I'm like, bro, what was your password again? It's crazy.
All right, hold on. Let me see. Well, we have like multiple accounts with each one, so it's like crazy. Let's see.
Yeah, any questions, guys, just fire it away. We'll get to the questions part. As far as do you need to go to the digital affiliates to get the bonus? No. We just have it housed in there. You don't have to get the digital affiliates or anything like that. That's just where we have a bonus for you.
Yeah. So there's so what you can do, like if you so Cash Network is one of the networks that you could try to use. Okay, if you're not a member, you can go to cashnetwork.com and you can apply to get into the network. Some of the networks are like weird on when you apply. If they'll accept you or not, but there's tons of networks. You can go to google.com or odigger.com is probably one of the better resources. But go there and there's like tons of networks that you can get into. And then you can promote something called like a cost per lead offer. So if you see my screen, you could go here and you could do like, go to offers and then BizOp. And there's a lot of these offers here, if you see over here on the right, that will pay like this one pays $1.25. Okay, the 247 24/7 payday system CPL. CPL stands for cost per lead. All right. So what you could do is you could actually promote this offer, and here's what it looks like. Let's pull it up. That one's not loading. Okay. Let's find a different one. All right. Local jobs for all. Right. Now this may or may not be relevant to your list or work with your list, but there's offers like this that you could send traffic to, and if someone puts in their first and last name, then Cash Network would pay you $2 for every lead that you send. Okay, so again, that one's probably not one I would send to my list because it's like a job offer. But there's a lot of these offers that you can send out that. Go ahead.
Zoom in. There you go.
Yeah. So like you can just kind of go through here and you can look. There's some of these that are trial offers. Let's see. The way they have this is just kind of a little weird. All right, so like this one's $1.25. Okay. Oh, that's the same one. $1.50. Okay. So click for riches. So if I click this and go here, someone puts in their email here, you get paid $1.50. Now again, some of these offers, this depends what networks you're in. Some of them are like real scammy looking. So we're not telling you that you need to go in here and promote all the Cash Network ones. So some of them are awesome and legit. Some of them are they just look spammy, honestly, just being honest. But that's one of the ways that you can monetize your list is that some people, what I've noticed is that they build a list, but they're not getting like sales in their BizOp or whatever. One of the things you could do, just go here, grab an affiliate link. You can click on this, and then you go here and you can click on creatives, and then you get your link. Like this is your affiliate link. So you copy it, and then you can send this out to your list. And you might only get, 10 leads, but that might be $15 for that day. What if you could get 10 leads every day? Now that's $15 a day times 30 days. Now you're making $450 a month just from one cost per lead offer. So you find the ones that work, And then maybe you have an autoresponder sequence in your autoresponder, and you have an email that goes out on day 1, day 2, day 3. Well, maybe on day 10, you stick this in there and you say, okay, on day 10, it's going to send traffic to this cost per lead offer. Now you're getting 50 leads, 100 leads a day. On day 10, everyone sees that offer. They go in there. Now you're making $10 a day, $20 a day, $30 a day on that specific offer. And that by itself is not going to make you rich, but that's one of the things that can start to add a lot of money to your income over time, is you have all these little things that start to work together to get you consistent income streams flowing in. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yes. Yeah. So the whole point of running traffic is self-liquidating. So you gotta at least get as much money, and this should be common sense. You gotta get as much money as humanly possible back on every single ad spend. So we teach you different methods like that. We're on Exit, you do lead offers and stuff, and so people that weren't going to buy anything from you ever, you do that. So, completely. So there's a few questions. You got anything more on that, or let's see, how long do we have to wait between ordering clicks and delivery? So as we scale, it'll get better and better. My advice to you is just order as much as you can. So that you can, when you do get it, you're getting more. But basically, it's right now about 72 hours, but it can be up to, 5 days, 6 days?
Yeah, right now we have an automated email that will go out to you after you order. Once you fill in your details, that will tell you that it's going to be between 4 and 7 days. But Bob's right. Right now it's at about 3-day swing. Normally we're at a 4 to 7 day swing based on when you order, but we do it's kind of fluid depending on how much we sell and stuff like that. So we do have staff. Bob and I have employees and stuff. So we have staff that's on this like full time. This is what they manage and look at. And so if anything changes, like if we get backed up or if we're sending out faster, we usually are pretty good at communication on letting you know. Yeah. So
we're just being safe. We're just covering all our ground. Some people get it within that day. It just depends on the load and the traffic. Because what happens is based off how much traffic's ordered, we raise our media buys and we run more traffic through, and then that takes us sometimes a day to get it raised up higher. So other than that, but yeah, it's not your traditional, go in a solo ad room where all this, that's where the scammers hang out on Facebook. Not all of them are scammers. I gotta say that out loud. But it's not your traditional where you can say, hey, I need 500 clicks today, and then you can get it like that hour. But also you're paying what you get what you pay for. So that's just how it is.
Yeah, Rosie. I mean, I know you think it's slow. It just depends on your perspective. So I understand what you're saying, because I know it's 2016. We all want traffic now, and honestly, you can get traffic now. I mean, you could go to any PPC network and pretty much have traffic running pretty fast. I mean, usually within the hour. So it just is what it is. It's hard to run this type of a service on faster than like a 3 or 4 day turnaround time. Just because of what it is. So someone said, so if I have 2 separate offers I'm currently promoting, would I order traffic for them separately? I would say yes, probably. I would encourage that, do 2 separate orders for that. Okay. What else?
What's the sound like? Is it crickets? It could be my window. Maybe it's the gain. I always tell James almost on every webinar we do, I'm like, there's a little thing on the back of your microphone that's called gain. But I don't know. I don't hear a sound, so I don't know. Do you hear a sound, Paulo or James? Sorry if you can't hear D.
No, you're loud and clear.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't hear anything. Fine.
Okay. Patience is a virtue. Yes. So our thing is, like, for instance, there's offers that won't pay us for 30 days, but we just look at it as like snowballing. So it's like, well, we push it hard and consistently now, and then it'll pay out every single week. So the same thing goes with traffic buys. We have to buy traffic buys, we have to wait, and then we can deliver, and then we run it through our process and get it to you. So hopefully that cleared some things up for you, Rosie. Let's see, now there are 3 people speaking at the same time. I don't know how that's happening. I think I'm the only person talking. I don't know. So thanks. Okay, thank you. Loud and clear. Awesome. Okay, so What other do we have any bonuses? It's now over 2 hours. We better just hook them up and get some people in here. Let's see. How do we get the bonus after purchase? We will contact every single one of you via email with all your bonuses and everything, all your access to everything. You sure there are no bots? Yes, there are 0 bots. 100% no bots. Bots aren't smart enough to get through all the hoops we make them go through. Just put it that way. Maybe in 2020 they will be. I don't know. Then we'll have to switch our game a little bit. But right now, if you want to make some money and build a list and be like it's 2009 again, just go ahead. Awesome. Welcome aboard, KW. We're looking forward to your repeat business. Let's see. I just purchased traffic. Login page, go nowhere. Yeah. All right. Sorry about that. We literally just hooked up the system. Don't worry. Your order probably went through. I could check for you, and we'll get right back to you. Let's see, humans that are talking to you now. Yes, real humans. What autoresponder do you recommend me using, please? Aweber GetResponse. GetResponse is being, they're a little bit more lenient usually, but at the same time, I just ran a BizOp CPA offer, did over $180,000 in sales volume in a month, and ran 80, 90,000 leads at least on 2 different Aweber accounts, and they haven't shut me down yet. So getting thousands of clicks on that's a different thing that I do. So I mean, really, I would do both, honestly. Aweber GetResponse are the 2 top. Awesome, Renee, welcome, 1,000 clicks. If you're having problems going through the sales process, again, we'll email every single person afterwards. Just to make sure that you get access to the page where you set up and finalize your order, giving us your landing page. Has instructions on how to grab your form code. Everything's really, really simple. We try to make it as easy as possible because we have our support team.
Here's what I want to say. So I think some of you are fine, but if you did have problems going through the checkout process, because I know there's been multiple that came through, and so far I think there's only been one problem, but if not, what we want to do is make this really easy. The problem that we've had in the past with PayPal is that a lot of people, their PayPal email, so like if you pay with your PayPal account, your PayPal email account might be a different email than you actually check. Like it's always like 50%. So like someone will buy through PayPal, will grab their email and email them, and they'll never read the email because they use a different email address. So what we want to do is I just put in the chat our email, okay, our support email. So you can email us at support@thedigital-affiliates.com. If you email us there with your transaction ID, we'll get to you like literally within probably the next few hours, at least next 24 hours. We have a full support team. We're going to make sure we get you handled. You could also message either Bob or I on Facebook, probably me actually. Message me on Facebook, and we'll make sure we get it handled. So just so there's no problems, you can write that down if you need to, if you just ordered, or if you're going to, support@thedigital-affiliates.com, and then we'll make sure we get you all the info. It's really easy to go through once we give you the link, okay?
Awesome, John. Yes, any autoresponder will work as long as you can give us the HTML form code, and our team will put it together for you. Let's see, Josie asks, is there any extra charges for building your capture page and linking it to your autoresponder? Nope. We included everything in the price based off, everything. These aren't cheap. This isn't cheap traffic for us. Like, we're not getting this for 30 cents, okay, just to be honest with you. When we opened this up to beta test, just to get the word out, we lost a lot of money. Complete transparency. We lost a lot of money just to show people there really is real good traffic out there again. And then we factored in, okay, to really make this really work for the majority of people, we got to build a squeeze page. We got to have a team. So we have a team in place to literally build your squeeze page, make sure everything's working 100%. They send you over your the actual page that we're sending traffic to, and they send you over the public stats, so you can actually check out the stats for yourself and the conversion rate. You can track yourself as well, the clicks that you get, and all that fun stuff. And you should definitely see all the leads in your autoresponder. And again, we're not injecting these leads into. It's mind-boggling. These are real people that land on your page. It's not a traffic exchange or some weird little thing that shows up on their screen for 10 seconds and disappears to another page. It's no funny business at all, which is why it's so exciting for us to do this. It's literally just real people looking at your stuff. So
someone asked, can you use your own landing page with our traffic? The answer is yes. Okay. We will not guarantee the 60% opt-in rate if you use your own page, but we've had people use their own page and get like 70, 80%. I mean, our pages have done that as well. But we won't guarantee that if you use your own page, but you're more than welcome to do that. Okay. And
you'll still get human.
Yeah. Still great traffic. So if you know what you're doing, you already have pages and stuff, we would actually encourage that. If you already do your own split tests, all that kind of stuff, I would encourage you to use your own, you know. So that's completely up to you. So Philip, thanks for the purchase, man. Thank you guys. And so
that's a great question.
Go ahead.
What if people are promoting the same stuff? Is it possible that people see the same offer twice and the opt-in rate would drop? The answer to that is anything's possible. We might get some that would see the same offer twice, but the fact of the matter is we're getting literally so much new in. We're showing all the new incoming traffic to your people first. So the majority, like 90, 95% of all of them are brand new, fresh. A lot of times 100% are brand new, fresh, right through the funnel, right now looking for an offer right on your page. So there's a great chance that they've never seen it. I mean, the internet is big and there's people promoting everywhere, but us compared to like a solo ad vendor where they're mailing the same offer over and 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 over again, and you wonder why it's not working. It's night and day, completely night and day. So yes, Paulo. Oh, you're muted. Let's see.
Yes,
I always put you on the spot, man. So like you ran something. You're running traffic with us. What was your first results, if you don't mind me asking?
Absolutely not. That's what I'm here for, man. I got 68% opt-in rate. I'm running an offer called Project Breakthrough, because a lot of people know what I'm talking about. And out of 400 clicks or 500 clicks even, I got 110 sales. So I'm averaging about 110 sales, yeah. This is real sales, by the way, not bots or, the real stuff. So this is why I brought you guys here. People here, again, I'm repeating myself, but I don't do a lot of webinars. I don't promote everything. I don't do things just to make a quick buck. I'm here because I know these guys can really provide service, guys. Hands on my heart, to be completely honest with you, I don't need to make a quick buck. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to help you and give you the exact traffic source that I'm using right now, as I said in the video, right? So here it is, Nick James, Nick Bob. They know what they're doing, and I'm really excited. And you're gonna get all my business now, because guess what? I'm gonna put all my money. Guess what? I'm gonna put all my chips. With these guys, because these guys, they're just delivering, and they're honest, and honesty is everything in business. So thanks so much for being here. By the way, I know this has been going on for like maybe 2 hours, and I hope my people are getting some good value. I'm getting some good value, guys. I'm making notes. I'm taking notes. Good. I'm learning some stuff here. I appreciate you guys, so thank you.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for that. So awesome, Philip. 1,000 clicks. Awesome. Let's see. Hi, James Bob. Great webinar. Learning lots. Do you do single opt-in, double opt-in? Which do you recommend? Single for everything.
Single.
Yeah. You're just wasting money if you're not. Honestly. I mean, people like it's like we had one customer. Just to give you an example. One customer bought. Remember that? And they had double opt-in on, and they were upset with double opt-in that they got, like, it was around 40% opt-in rate.
No, he didn't know he had double opt-in on. So he was like, "Oh, you guys are saying it was such high opt-in rates." He's like, "I only got 32%," and I was like, "Man, there's no way. Like, there's no." I said, "Can I look at your?" And then he showed me his autoresponder. We were looking at it, and he had it on double opt-in, and I was like, "Dude, that's freaking amazing! Like 32% on double opt-in." We've been trying to crack double opt-in for a long time. And we would run traffic and try to get double opt-in, and be like 5% of the people would actually double verify. And so, anyway, I mean, it just proves it's real people. I mean, but I would still do single. That's what we're doing. The great thing is, too, is you're going to get less bounces with our traffic because it's real people. So you shouldn't have, you're always going to get, if you run a lot of traffic and build your list pretty high, like a lot of subscribers, you're going to get bounces and stuff, but you shouldn't have a high bounce rate with our traffic compared to something else like solo ads or something.
Do you have that list of all the stuff they're getting, or what are we doing here?
Well, we just had a couple of them. So let's do let's do this one. So if we can get, let's say, how many more people to buy? Let's give away the high ticket domination webinar.
Yeah, that's a good looking guy in that video. I'm just telling you what.
Yeah.
See that?
So how many people you think?
I wear the same shirt, dude. You should have warned me ahead of time. Let me take that.
You wear that same shirt every
So what
day.
was your saying? Sorry.
Huh?
I keep it simple, guys.
All right, so let's give away the high ticket domination webinar. So here's the deal: if we can get at least 5 more people to buy a solo ad right now, or so I keep saying solo ads too. Okay, 5 more people to buy a package from humaniballs.com/Paulo. All right, if we can get 5 more people tonight before midnight, what we'll do is we'll give everyone that bought another one of our bonuses called High Ticket Domination 3.0. Now, this is, first of all, let me say this. Let me pre-frame this. This is actually a little bit of content for you guys as well. If we really were to break down what Bob and I do on a monthly basis in our business, there's a 3-step strategy that we use to make a lot of money, okay? I mean, we're right around 6 figures a month, pretty dang close, okay? Bob, I think, was way over that. He's got some side stuff that he does, but together, just Bob and I's stuff, right at around 6 figures a month. So one of the ways that we do that is number 1 is self-liquidate. You have to self-liquidate as fast as possible. So what self-liquidating means is that if you spend $1,000 on traffic, you have to do your best. You have to do everything you can to get that $1,000 back as fast as humanly possible. Sometimes you might get, really blessed and make that $1,000 back immediately. It doesn't happen most times, okay? Sometimes it might take you 7 or 14 days of promoting other offers and cost per lead offers and CPA offers and your business opportunity or whatever. And then all of a sudden on a 14-day swing, now maybe you're getting your $1,000 back. I hope this makes sense. Is this making sense to you guys to self-liquidate? Yeah. Okay. Paulo, does this make sense to you?
Yes, I'm nodding because it's making perfect sense. Absolutely.
Okay. So you have to self-liquidate as fast as humanly possible. Again, there's a couple ways to do that. You can promote a variety of offers. One of the things that we do, like literally, I probably won't ask you to do it, but like the other day, Bob was showing me one of his side things. He has a funnel where he teaches people how to go buy a hosting account and then set up a simple page on that hosting account. And like, how much did you make with like reselling hosting like within 30 days?
Like on my current one?
Yeah, the one you got running like that's been running in the last 30 days.
The first time I did this process, which I do it all the time now, I was 24 and I did well over 6 figures when I was 24. Sending people, teaching them how to set that up. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. But just over the last month or so, between the 3 different hosting accounts, it's been about $17,000 or $18,000.
Okay.
In profit.
That's reselling hosting. Like, you guys understand what we're saying?
It's $5.
You can build your funnel. Like, we do this with ClickFunnels all the time. I'll just be transparent. We use ClickFunnels for our funnels. We use a lot of different things, but we do love ClickFunnels. And so one of the things we do sometimes, we run promotions. Hey, guys, listen, if you buy ClickFunnels through our link, we've actually built a funnel that's converting. We'll give you the share code to that funnel. All you got to do is buy ClickFunnels through our link. We'll literally give you this code. It'll put that funnel into your account. You don't even have to build it. Bam. Now we're making residual income on ClickFunnels. So we take tools and services like hosting, and then we use that to help us self-liquidate. Like there's literally, and then Bob and I have one together where we make, I think we're over a couple $1,000s a month on that we sell. And if we sell a $4.95 hosting plan, they pay us $125 commission. If someone signs up for $4.95 a month on hosting, we get $125 commission. So we do that. We don't just say, hey, go buy hosting because hosting's awesome. You have to be able to bridge that over and help people make money with that and get results with it. But we say, hey, listen, if you get hosting through our link, and you get ClickFunnels, we'll literally get you all these different funnels automatically imported into your account, and it'll get you set up so that all you have to do is get traffic. right? And that's one of the ways that we self-liquidate. So that's some content for you guys. So number one, our business model is very simple. Number one, we self-liquidate as fast as humanly possible. Sometimes it happens in 7 days. Sometimes it takes 40 days, honestly. So you might get 30%.
Sometimes 24 hours.
Yeah, sometimes it happens really fast. But you have to self-liquidate as fast as humanly possible. It really doesn't matter how long it takes. The shorter, the better. But as long as you are self-liquidating, you're going to be fine. Number one is self-liquidate. Number two is generate high-ticket commissions in the back end of your funnel. This is what we've coached a lot, and we don't coach that much anymore, honestly. But what's one of the things that we've seen with a lot of people that have come to us is they're like, man, I was spending $1,000. I'm only making like $600 back over, 25, 30 days. What can I do to make more money back? And the fastest
pause really quick.
Yeah.
Slow down. I want you to put up a timer because it's going on 2.5 hours. Do me a favor. Go to google.com and put timer. Okay? And then we're going to get into this bonus. And then what I want you guys to do, and he's going to tell you everything that comes in high ticket ignition. Personally, this video, and I'm not exaggerating, and when you watch this video, I'm just going to pre-frame it. See, I pre-frame everything in life. But when you watch this 2.5 hour long video that we're going to give you, if we get 5 more people, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, they should have charged at least $1,000, $2,000. I promise. There's the Beckett guarantee. After you watch that video, you're going to be like, why did I not pay for this? It's that good. So the timer, it's one last thing. So here's what I want everybody to do that bought. If you guys want this product, okay, root them on. I want you guys to say, get it, let's go. I want you to root them on to buy so we can get 5 more people really quick, and then we'll give you all this awesome stuff. And then I'll let James right now finish off everything that's in it because he was in a flow, and I just that's what I do. I'm like, boom, wake up.
All right, so 4 minutes and 3 seconds. Okay, so I think we already had like 2 people buy, so I think at least another 3 people. We'll have to check that. But so number one, this is our business model. Number one, self-liquidate. Okay, and one of the ways you do that is by number 2, you generate high-ticket commissions. So many people do not have a high-ticket commission offer in their funnel. What I mean by that is there's a lot of people promoting CPA offers, getting paid $100, $200 commissions. They're promoting, business opportunities. I know Project Breakthrough is a great funnel. It's got both, multiple stuff in that funnel. But a lot of people don't have a high ticket offer. Bob and I literally on the side in 2015, we sold over $250,000 in just high ticket commissions. Now, some of that was coaching, some of it was other people's like high ticket products, but you can actually do this as an affiliate. There are offers out there. Whenever we say high ticket, I'm talking about price points that are like $1,000 and up. Okay. So obviously the conversion rates on stuff that cost over $1,000 is not going to be like as good as something that costs 97 in most cases, but you don't need a lot of those sales to make you a lot of money. So I'm not saying you either sell something that's 97 or sell something that's $1,000 or $2,000 or $8,000. What I'm saying is you do both. You can sell something that's $97 or free on the front end or whatever, but somewhere in your back end, like through your email sequence, you have to have something that can generate a high ticket commission. Okay. And so we have this webinar. Now, this webinar that we did, I'm going to show it on the screen, was called High Ticket Domination 3.0. This is not a public page, by the way. You can't even access it. Okay. We did this only for our private community. This was only for paid members. We never even released this to the public. This was not a webinar where we advertised it. This was literally only to our buyers. And it was, how long was the webinar? It was, I think it was over 2 hours. Yeah. 2 hours and 41 minutes. So I guess, I'm sorry, Paulo. I don't know what it is. Bob and I always do long webinars. So
we just like to talk.
Yeah. What do you say?
We just like to talk.
You're good, dude. You're good. I think people are getting value. I'm definitely getting value out of this. So I could be here all night. So carry on, dude.
So this is not a webinar that we did like to just go sell something. This was like, hey guys, thank you for buying into what we already had. We just want to do a bonus webinar for you guys and show you how to generate high ticket sales. Okay. This one, I'm telling you, this is one of the best webinars we ever did because we actually do this in our business. This is something that we do. And now in our business, we have a full-time sales guy and stuff like that. But you can do this for other people's products. You don't have to sell coaching. It can be for someone else's high ticket webinar or some high ticket software. It can be for anything. And we talk about that inside this webinar. So it's extreme value. Like Bob was
just like, people at Empower Network, people, different high ticket back end companies. I mean, if you're in a business opportunity, there's your high ticket. Well, just to give you an example, you see a lot of people, they bonus stack, right? A lot of the top leaders, they bonus stack a lot of valuable, awesome stuff if people go all in their company, right? So the same concept goes here. I mean, we teach literally like so many different methods on this free thing we're giving you tonight. You're gonna run away with so many ideas, okay, just on how to increase what you're currently doing. If you don't have a high ticket in your business right now, you are missing out. If you're running traffic, guys, if your goal is to make $5,000 a month, which when we survey people, on average, that's what it usually is. It's about the majority of people, they're aiming for $5,000 a month, right? $60,000 a year, so they can quit their job or whatever they want to do, right? 7 seconds, guys. Just let us know if you're going to do this.
You have to check
the order. All it takes, if you're running traffic, all it takes is 5 people. You've heard the whole saying, it takes the same amount of effort to sell a $37 product as it does to sell a $5,000 product. Well, it's freaking so true, and it's going to freak you out once you start doing it. In fact, when me and James started selling high ticket just over the last couple of years, we would just vet people, like basically run them through a funnel, and we'll teach you this stuff. And by the time they got on the phone with us, we only had to talk to 1 or 2 people a week. We closed 50% of the people. It's insane. At $8,000, at $15,000, right? It's crazy, right? And people have the money. That's the thing. Like, for instance, we always like to use this example. If there's a Ferrari outside, like, because I know what you're thinking, like, nobody will really buy that stuff. I mean, nobody will really pay that money, and I won't make that money, but I know. But, like, if you had a Ferrari outside, let's say it was a 2016 Ferrari, and I said, right now, come up with $3,000, and I'll give it to you. Every broke person in the world all of a sudden comes up with $3,000 in an hour or two, right? The same concept. I mean, if you know how to pre-frame things the right way, if you know how to sell the right way, just a few little tweaks in how you talk and how you get them in your system, in your funnel, I mean, that's when all of a sudden you're adding 5, 10, 15, 20 big ticket to your back end. That's job quitting income for most people, right? So
I saw one person that said they had a problem with PayPal. If you have a problem with PayPal, if you can make sure you save that link, humaneyeballs.com/Paulo, or you can get back with Paulo maybe after the webinar or tomorrow, and we'll make sure we get you in. But I think it's working for most people. Everything should be fine. Yeah. It might just be because there was a lot of people on the site or something. I don't know.
2.5 hours. Do we have anything else to give them, or anything else, or do we want to do anything?
Yeah.
Left.
Here's the last thing. Here's the last thing I'll say real quick is number 1, self-liquidate. Number 2, generate high-ticket commissions in your funnel. And then number 3 is what we like to do is pick one launch every month, like on JVZoo or something. Bonus stack, like I talked about it earlier, but we bonus stack, so we give away a bonus if people buy that product through our link, and then we promote it hard for 3 to 5 days. Okay, those 3 things together can make you a lot of money. I think last week we were on 2 different leaderboards at the same time and won bonus money for 2 different promotions at the same time. Like, so once you have a list, you can do that kind of stuff. But those 3 things together can make you a lot of money. So we're going to give you 3-day cash machine if you bought traffic tonight. We're going to give you high ticket domination 3.0 if you bought traffic tonight. And then also let's give out leaderboard hijacking. Okay. So leaderboard hijacking is something. It's the name we came up for because it's kind of what we did, right? So one of the times we did this is Bob and I got in. Go ahead.
Give him another 5 minutes.
Okay.
We'll give him this one.
All right.
Last one. Is this the last one?
Yeah, it's the last one.
Okay. Last thing we're gonna give everybody if we get 5 more people. We want everybody on here to experience the human difference.
Yeah, I think we have.
Will come back.
I think when we said you had to have 5, I think there was like 6 or 7 that came through, or maybe more. So I know
you're always so freaking honest. That's fine. This is a new bonus.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. All right.
You're saying, okay, only 2 more. How about 10 then, James? Do you want to go 10?
No, another 5 is fine. I was just saying everybody's good with the last bonus.
I'm kidding, bro. I'm kidding. All right, so reset clock 5 minutes, and then explain this, and then I'll go into it a little bit. And this will be the last one that we'll close out. And if there's any questions left, let us know. You know, we love you guys for staying here. I mean, 2.5 hours, 63 people on here. Are you kidding me? You guys are awesome.
Yeah,
You got
that's
some
crazy.
cool people.
And a lot of you guys are like in the UK and stuff. So Paulo, man, I think it's really late there. What time is it there, Paulo?
It's 3:30 in the morning. 3:30.
Good thing you don't gotta wake up for a job, though, right?
Listen, when you do stuff you love, it's all good, man.
Yeah.
When you're serving,
Okay.
you're being of service to others and you love what you do, it's all good. I'm sure the people on the webinar they appreciate you because the feedback we're getting back of people thanking me on Facebook messages and Skype, it's been amazing. So you guys are doing a great job. Thank
Beautiful.
you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Yeah,
So we had 2 come in, so start the clock. We need 3 more. There's your 3, James.
All right. So it's already at 3 minutes. You want me to start it over?
I don't see the timer. Do you see anything moving?
Okay, right here. Here it is.
Oh, there it is. My bad.
All right, here it
All right,
is.
so-
Okay, 5 minutes. There we go. Okay.
5 minutes. 3 people left. 3 people left. This is usually when I turn on music.
Yeah,
I'm not the
go ahead,
host,
man.
so
So
yeah.
so we need to
Well,
wrap this
explain
up.
this, then we'll get there. Explain it.
We've been on this webinar a long time. I know you guys got stuff to do, okay? So again, first I want to say like thank you for even listening to us. Like there's so much going on in the world. You guys don't even have to give us 5 minutes, but we really appreciate you guys. So that's why we're giving away this stuff. Like this is real stuff, by the way. These are real like products we could sell. So what this is Bob and I got into a network marketing company a while back, and it was really an old school. I'll just say it. It's Vimeo because we're not in it anymore. We don't promote it. We don't even have a link for it. It's just is what it is. So they were doing $200 million a year in sales, been around for 10 years. There wasn't really a whole lot of buzz going on in it and stuff like that. But Bob really liked the products. Bob actually used the products for like 60 days or something, and we weren't even going to promote it. He just liked the health part of it, right?
Yep.
And so, anyways, Bob was like, man, this stuff is so good. He's like, let's just promote it and see what happens. And I was like, okay. And so we joined Vimeo, and we did not even understand the compensation plan. It was like confusing. I didn't understand it. And so anyway, we got one of our friends that was kind of like doing really well in Vimeo. And we said, hey, man, will you come on a webinar and just do the presentation and all that? We'll just get people to the webinar, and then you do everything else. And so we did that. And we actually like messed up. I think our emails didn't go out when we thought they were going out. And so we did this webinar, and we only had like we have a pretty big list. I think we only had like 10 or 12 people on this live webinar we did, right?
Pretty sad.
But we did this webinar. The guy came on, did an awesome presentation. We didn't even know anything about the company. And then at the end of the day, we just recorded the webinar, and then we packaged the webinar replay, and we promoted the replay. And like almost all of our signups came from the replay. And this was selling a $570 package. And I think we got like 120 something people enroll at that level within like 2 or 3 weeks. And it was all from the one replay of the webinar. So what we did, this is like a 26-minute hangout that Bob and I did. It was a private one. There wasn't people on. Just Bob and I jumped on a quick recording on a hangout. And we basically just kind of taught the strategy. Because after about a week and a half, I told Bob, because we were kind of like, we were doing really well in the company and people were reaching out to us and stuff. I said, Bob, what we should do is work our way backwards and look at the strategy that we actually implemented to get these results, because we were just used to doing that. And so a lot of people wanted to know how. So we kind of broke it down in this 26-minute video showing the process that we did to invite someone to come on a webinar, to host the webinar, to mail out for it, to promote the replay. And we kind of just talked about that process in this video. And so I think for a lot of you that are in a business opportunity, if you can get 50 people on a webinar or 100 people on a webinar, which by the way, you could buy our traffic, you can mail out your list and get people on webinars. It works, right? Then you could use this strategy, bring someone else that's high level onto your webinar. And there's a couple things that will happen. People have asked me before, what's the number one thing you regret in business? The number one thing I regret in business is not doing webinars or live hangouts or live events sooner. It actually took me over a year after I was making money before I ever did a live event or a live hangout. And so that's one of the biggest regrets I have. And what I started noticing is that when I started doing webinars with other people, people started knowing me by association. I started getting branding. I started getting branded, and it just built my audience even more, and my income just kept going up and up and up. And so there's something to say about networking with like-minded people on webinars that is huge for me. At least it was for me. So hope that makes sense. You still with us, guys?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I was muted.
All right, 40
seconds. 40 seconds. Who's buying? Who's buying? Who's buying? Last call. Everybody who wants this bonus, I think we need a couple more. Just let them know. Hey, jump in with us as a team. We're doing this together.
Tell us that you're
all
buying
the bonuses. What's that?
Tell us that you're buying in the comments. Someone asked where's the link. It's in the chat, but I'll put it here again.
Yeah. Let us know who all bought in here. Just say I bought. And then we will close this out. 7 seconds. Just let me know if you're buying. I bought. Awesome, guys. Good job. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. We look forward to being one of your only traffic sources. Let's put it that way. That's how confident I am. I'm pumped. I'm pumped.
That's awesome. Thank you, guys. Wow.
Awesome. Awesome, guys. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're just going to hook you up with those bonuses, guys. So
yeah, we got a great turnout. Great turnout.
We'll send those out. So, man, I'm done tonight. I mean, if you guys have anything else, you can feel free to hit us up. Put in another question if you want to or whatever. Type in the chat. But I think we probably should wrap this up.
You think? You want to go another 2.5? we could do it, but yeah, I don't know.
It's amazing, by the way. I've been getting feedback through Skype as well, chat, and
so
Facebook.
When do we want to end bonuses? Do you want to give everybody that was on the webinar tonight a certain period of time to get this?
Yeah, Paulo, I'm going to let that up to you, man. I mean, what do you think, man? What do you think is a good time frame? I said midnight, but I know some people may have to, I don't know. What's your opinion on that, Paulo? How long should we let these bonuses go for?
4 hours, James, because I've got people here in the UK and Europe, which basically are asleep now.
That's right.
So
okay.
You guys could leave it for another 24 hours at least.
We'll do that. Yeah, let's do that. So tomorrow night at midnight, and we'll do it then.
Yeah,
please. I've got people in Europe that they couldn't make it, so if you could do that, appreciate it.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome, guys. So, yeah, usually I'd have music up. What's that?
I was just gonna say, so we'll do midnight PST, Pacific Standard Time. So that's actually 2 hours behind me. So right now it's 7:38, like in California. So we'll do midnight tomorrow night PST, Pacific Standard Time. That's when the bonus offer will come down.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
Cool. Thanks. He was waiting to play that the whole time. I know it.
Guys, thanks so much for being here and for educating my peeps. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
We're just glad to be able to do it. We feel honored and privileged to be here with you, Paulo. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks very much.
Thank you for getting people here. We hope that we helped you guys to some extent somewhere. Even if, whenever I go on a webinar, I'm looking for just one thing to learn. If I could just learn one extra little thing that'll boost my income, that's all I look for, and I'm not disappointed. So hopefully we didn't disappoint. We're not a circus, but it was free. So hey. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for staying with us. Literally 2 hours and 42 minutes. Cool. This is probably one of the coolest crowds we've had in a while. So you guys are rock stars. So again, your subscribers that you built and your relationships with your list, Paulo, is proof of how well. How awesome you are and how good of a leader you are, but also list building works, so or you wouldn't be here on this webinar, and
Absolutely.
that.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you all.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hit us up if you have any questions. God bless. Take care. Go to Paulo's link to get those bonuses. All right, guys. Take care. Thank you.
All right. Peace.
Okay, guys.
Check it out.